The Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
In the world of radio shock jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
If you want to put it, feel free. I've done it before. I'll let you go from to Mike. That's really sick.
This is where entertainment is going.
More audio of E-Rock in the bathroom. They are sick freaks. Can you pop this in? I want to see something squirt out. Aim it over there.
This is the worst show This is the worst show I've ever been on.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
It's out of here! Barry Bonds breaks the home run record.
Oh, did he? I hadn't noticed. Yes, our lives are all changed.
It's out of here!
I knew right when I woke up something was a bit different with the world. And it turned out, yes, Barry Bonds, 756. I just knew it. And years from now, people are going to ask, where were you? Where were you when you found out Barry Bonds hit his 756th homer? And I'll say, I have no idea and don't really care in the least.
I was in dreamland.
Yeah.
I was already in bed. It's
I was watching Apt Pupil.
Apt Pupil.
Oh, it was hysterical. What a scream.
If you don't know by now you know. Barry Bonds finally hit that home run that we've all been anticipating.
Yeah, I didn't think when he got, when he tied the record there, I didn't think that was it. Like, I don't know. He still might not do it. Yeah, it's just a matter of a couple of games.
Bill from Waterford, he writes, the fan who caught Bonds' 756th home run ball, Matt Murphy, a 22-year-old from Queens. He's a Mets fan. He wore his jersey to the game. It was a Mets jersey with who on it? What? Reyes, that's right.
Yeah.
He stopped in San Francisco on his way to Australia, bought a ticket to the game on a whim.
Wow. See, you got to be in it to win it. It's like the lottery.
Yeah, you were saying in the office there.
Yeah, it's like if they took a winning lottery ticket and threw it into the crowd, because that's pretty much what it looks like. Pandemonium.
When that ball goes, though, how does anybody finally catch it? Like
it just bounces around like Plinko.
And there isn't just people punching each other and grabbing at it.
Of course. That's the stories I want.
Like, I don't think that guy had his hand on it first. Like, he didn't just catch the pop fly there in the stands. It's bouncing around like a pinball machine in the seats. And I'm sure some other guy had his hand on it. He's got the story. I had my hand on it. Oh, God, it was right in my hand, and someone grabbed it.
$1 million.
It's mine.
It was $1 million. It hit my
goes on
hand.
Crying.
I'm going to say it bounced around like a pachinko game.
Pachinko machine, yes.
Pachinko machine. I'm going to go with pachinko.
I used to have one of those.
You're going to go with
boring to play.
You're going to go with pinball?
I'm going more pinball because pachinko is pretty much up and down.
What about Plinko?
No, again, up and down. Same principle, kind of.
Yeah.
But pinball, more of a slanted surface that lays flat.
All right.
Like the seats. And then you see the ball coming at you, and you're like, oh, here, I got it. Oh, doink. Maybe it takes a bounce off one of the seat bars there, and you just see someone else grab it. Go, it's coming right towards me.
I got it.
Yeah.
Backed everybody off.
Everyone just backed off. Oh, okay, you take this one.
All the people in their kayaks. You lose.
Didn't get it.
There were people in kayaks?
Oh, my God.
The kayaks.
In San Francisco, they hang out in the water in their kayaks.
Just let them touch the ball.
To catch home, to get home run balls.
Yeah.
They kayak outside left field.
That's when you got to, blast it into the water. But
which happens very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Bunch of nerds.
Oh, man, you should have saw the kayaks. There were lots of kayaks last night, all hoping for the home run ball. Look, we're going to challenge all of you today, all of America. It's the Opie and Anthony show versus America.
Ooh.
Actually, we're representing the New York area. So it's New York versus everyone. Try to beat the headline that we have in our paper as far as Barry Bonds' home run goes.
I believe it was the Post.
Yeah. The New York Post. On the front page, they're going with the hack 756 made out of syringes.
Spelt out of syringes. Yes, we understand.
That's pretty much hack at this point. We get it. Steroids. Bonds breaks home run record.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of hack. But you turn it over, and the front page of the sports section says big SH asterisk T.
It looks like, and the asterisk is circular, so it almost looks like it's not. It's close to an asterisk. It's like a picture of a flower blooming. It looks like a flower, and it's like Big Shot. It looks like Big Shot, but it could also be looked like that's bleeping out.
They left out the letter. Yeah.
See, I don't see shot whatsoever.
No.
I'll tell you why. Because the asterisk looks like what your dog leaves behind.
It's like big.
No, but I mean that's how they would legitimize it and say.
Yeah. That's how they throw in like a symbol to symbolize a letter.
Someone at the Post wanted to get big.
Yeah.
On the front page of the sports section today.
Like, who cares?
I don't see shot whatsoever. I understand that's what they were going for, but big SH asterisk T.
Big
S.
S word.
So look at your morning paper today. See if you can beat that. We would be very curious.
And it's brilliant that they got the asterisk tied into it, too, because that's what they say on the record.
It's going to be in the record because of the steroid controversy, blah, 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 blah.
But you know what? Aren't the pitchers taking them, too?
Huh?
Aren't the pitchers taking steroids? It's like, come on, who cares already? Get over it.
Everyone is. Who cares?
Yeah, let them do it.
Well, especially from Bonds' era, there's too many to count. That's why most of these guys aren't even talking. They're like, look, we all were doing it.
They all know, right?
Right.
Like, God bless Hank Aaron and his awful gut. But I'd like to see him facing Mike Stanton in the 7th inning, lefty specialist or right specialist, whatever he was, I don't know. Fat Hank.
Yeah.
Picture with him, too. It's now worthless. I'm going to tear it up, that bum.
Yeah.
Bum.
He's a
bum.
He's a bum now.
Oh, look at they're escorting the guy with the ball out of the stadium.
Yeah, there he goes.
That's... Wow. What the hell's going on?
There he is. He's a Mets fan.
I wouldn't be holding it up like that. I'd stick that thing in my pants.
Can you imagine, though? You're just in the area like, I'm going to go to the game.
It's amazing.
How are there tickets still available, by the way?
In that area.
In that area.
In the bleacher section.
Right.
Right?
In right field.
People are dopes.
What a bunch of dopes.
You would think all of San Francisco would try to go to the game because it's like playing the lottery.
Yeah. Yeah, you just don't know if it's going to come right at you.
Right.
What an idiot. What a bunch of idiots.
Deals. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone. He is on top of the all-time home run list.
Hey, how about that?
God, he really hit it, too.
He sure did. Like you said, I mean, when Hank Aaron set the record, he had a big, huge beer belly. Barry Bonds still doesn't have any fat on his body. His head is twice the size it was when he was a rookie.
He's always been hitting home runs, though, man. I'll tell you one thing about Bonds is they threw to him like they did to Mickey Mantle. They gave him garbage to hit, and he still hit home runs.
You know what? Big controversy also, not just the steroids. Did you read about his arm protector there, that elbow protector?
Yeah.
They said
Bionic arm?
Yes. A reporter was talking about that, saying that's a big, big advantage for him because it's built like it used to be just an elbow protector, so he could get those inside pitches without having to worry about getting hit in the elbow It gives him a much bigger area to go into. But that's just the elbow protector. Then over the years, and they noticed that his home runs really started picking up when they modified it. This thing has a locking mechanism that keeps his arm straight, where he's swinging through the ball, and this metal device that's hinged and connects to his upper arm and forearm actually keeps his arm straight. It also has another locking device where his elbow, he can't hyperextend it, so he can really put his whole body in it without worrying about injuring his arm. And the mass alone, this thing weighs a lot. The mass of that alone adds to the power of his swing.
Can you imagine?
And they said when he started wearing this newer device, he started getting more home runs.
Could you imagine that it has nothing to do with the steroids? He's just ruining his body for no reason. His head is twice the size, and it's actually the elbow thing that he's wearing.
And the guy was calling it a mechanical device.
See?
Yes.
Robot baseball has begun. And
yes. Robot baseball. That's what I was saying. That's what I thought about.
It has begun.
They've always cheated. So what? Gaylord Perry used to swipe Vaseline off his hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
He scoop it off and throw spitters. Everybody cheats. The old knuckleball.
I say.
All right, but what if
Your name's Gaylord, you should be able to do whatever you want in life. You've been taunted since childhood. Gaylord.
Of course you're gonna cheat. Yeah, the Necros.
Phil and whatever his other dumb brother's name was.
Joe. They were cheaters. The Necros. So was Louis Tiant.
Louis Tiant.
There was something going on with that sidearm thing of his. They always cheated. But all right, then what did Hank Aaron do? How did he cheat? How did he cheat?
His stomach distracted people. They thought that somebody was approaching them, and they're like, no, that's just his stomach. It always gets here first.
That's interesting about the elbow thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the start of bionic stuff.
Bionic stuff. Why
making its way into baseball?
Why is he allowed to even use that? It went from a simple elbow protector to this mechanical device that's strapped on very tight. It's hinged. It gives him a much straighter swing. I don't know. Bionics. What's the difference? Why not just put all these things all over your whole body? It'd be clanging down the baselines like you're in a suit of armor.
And, Jimmy, let's not forget, Mendoza from Jersey writes, Bonds never hit more than 50 until he took steroids and human growth hormones. He was a career 290 hitter, not a 370 hitter like he was after HGH.
Well, it also doesn't make you a better, it doesn't help your coordination. I mean, steroids doesn't help you hit a splitter. It doesn't help you go the opposite way with the ball.
That's true. It just gives you brute force.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't just, I mean, come on.
Honestly,
you try to hit the ball. Try to hit it. Take as many steroids as you want. Stand there. Let someone throw a fastball at you, and you try to hit it.
I think they should let them take them. That's the problem. Let them do
exactly.
It. They want to do that to their bodies to hit more home runs. Good.
What's the difference between baseball and rock and roll music? Let them take whatever the hell they want. We got some great music because of drugs. So we're getting some great home runs because of drugs. Same thing in my eyes.
Game's much better, much more exciting to watch.
I was telling Ant in the office when Hank Aaron, set the record, he knew he was going to have that record for a really long time. There was no one close at the time. And with Barry Bonds, he knows he has this thing for 4 or 5 years tops. If Alex Rodriguez, stays healthy, it's gonna be his record in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why the Yankees want to pay him so much money to stick around, because they want that to be a Yankee record again. If it hasn't been since Aaron broke it.
Well, and it also just gets really interesting after 500 homers. Like, Alex is at 500 now. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Who else has 500?
You start counting it down now, huh?
Does anybody else have 500?
What? Yeah, a bunch of guys.
But he was like the youngest to reach 500. And
Ken Griffey Jr., who should have been the all-time home run leader, but he was injured so many effing times. That's a guy I followed his entire career. And I would get frustrated because I was one of these guys, I wanted to see the all-time home run record broke. And I'm like, oh, Ken Griffey Jr. is going to do it. Always followed his stats and it was just counting it down with him. And then you'd read the papers, he's injured with a bad knee, he's injured with a bad shoulder, he's out for the season with an elbow chip, he's this, he's that.
He had some bad luck.
Travis said that he's missed a total of 2 seasons, and he's got 589 homers.
Wow.
2 seasons, and so figure that's about another 100. He would be at 689, he would be closing in on 700, and he's 37 years old. He would have done it.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't even have a chance unless he plays until he's like 44 and stays healthy.
I hate Griffey, though. I'm glad I'd rather see Bonds get than Ken Griffey Jr.
Wow.
Hate him.
Most people would say the opposite.
Most people don't remember Seattle in the mid-'90s smashing the Yankees all over the place when I still like the Yankees. I despise him.
Well, you see any of the highlights of the Yankee game last night?
No.
Clemens.
How'd he do?
He got ejected from the game.
Clemens is a bit of a hothead.
He loves that beanball.
Really good.
He loves the revenge beanball.
Yeah.
Him and Torrey got thrown out.
Well,
instantly, the second that ball made contact.
Who got thrown on that? Alex Rodriguez?
Rodriguez, yeah, because it was...
Who, by the way, went to Toronto with his wife. A little thing. It's the first time back to Toronto since he got caught with the blonde stripper.
Yeah.
And no blonde stripper in sight, but his wife holding his hand tight all over Toronto.
Well, they were trying to get a little vengeance for the fact that he did that. Hey, I got it with the ball. Remember that when one of the guys was trying to catch a pop fly and he was running by the third baseline and he went, got it. And the guy went, okay.
Did A-Rod do that?
Yeah.
How great is that?
But he got called out on it, and it's like, I wasn't saying that. I was saying something else. But the guy just went, okay, he backed off the ball, hits the ground.
Funny.
It was hysterical.
Wait, why did he get called out on that?
They bitched at him. He didn't get called out, but
That's hilarious.
So you're not allowed to do that for some reason.
So Toronto was getting back at him for that a little bit?
And throwing balls at him. And there were a couple altercations where the bench is cleared, but no punches were thrown. And then Roger Clemens just gets up there and wham, right in the small of some poor bastard's back.
Who just happened to be the next at bat.
Yeah. And boom, you're out.
I love
Get
that.
out. You, Torrey, both of you is out.
I can't get enough of that stuff in
Beanball's
sports.
hysterical.
Love beanballs.
Who's going to charge the man with that animal there anyway?
He does Tai Chi. He's savage.
Giant.
He's just a monster.
I do love Clemens. You can't not like Clemens. He's the best pitcher we're going to see in our lifetime. He's an animal.
I'm a fan of his as well. Absolutely. All right, here's Bonds giving his thank you speech on the field. They stopped the game for what, 10 minutes?
Did they?
And Bassett deals. And Bonds hits one high.
That's the home run again, obviously.
It is out of here! 7:56. Bonds stands alone. He is on top of the all-time home run list.
Very nice.
Wow.
Actually, we want to play the Spanish radio call, too. You got that, E-Rock? All right.
Oh, see if we can understand.
Yeah.
3 bolas, 2 strikes. Schneider empieza a enviarle las señales a Basic. Basic se impulsa, el lanzamiento. La pelota se eleva. La pelota se fue de regular. 756 para Barry Bonds. Y después de 31 años, hay un nuevo rey. En los cuadrangulares, dándole vuelta a las bases, está Barry Bonds. Sus compañeros de equipo salen del dugout. Está
Companions in the dugout. That's what I heard.
Está llegando al
Could be called a golf ball, I know.
Sube las manos al cielo. Su hijo Nikolai le da un abrazo y la celebración aquí en San Francisco es de lo que
They are celebrating in San Francisco.
escuchemos y aplaudamos.
And then there's some kind of thing going on.
Spanish is hilarious because just every once in a while they just have a word they have to say in English.
I like that.
Dugout. San Francisco.
Dugout.
Which I guess is kind of what it sounds Spanish, whatever.
It is Spanish.
Yeah, whatever.
San Francisco.
I don't look at it that way. It's just San Francisco. It's in America. So I stick with what I say. It just sounds Spanish.
It sounds Spanish. That's really funny.
I want to get the Japanese call. That's a challenge.
Yeah,
today.
come on. That's the challenge we want. They're big baseball fans over in Japan.
Hideki Arabu and all these Japanese players,
Yeah, I would like to see that. Actually, you see that? They got a Japanese player in the NFL now.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
What the hell's the team? Damn it.
What is he doing? Kicking?
I just saw it
He
on...
has to be
No.
He has to be kicking.
He's not a kicker.
With a T.
Dude, I think he's like a running back.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And it's like this first kind of test subject to see how they can maybe start farming some football players out of Japan. Because they've been so successful in baseball.
And sumo wrestling.
Well, you can't get a sumo wrestler to do anything but sumo wrestle.
What about diapers? What about your front line? All sumo wrestlers.
You're gonna have to. That'd be something. Watch them all do that move. They're throwing the rice up in the air.
How the hell are you ever going to do a running play?
Their ritual.
You got to throw every down. You can't get by at sumo wrestling.
A whole line of sumo wrestlers. I think you're onto something.
I absolutely am. Try to figure that one out. Try to get by, an offensive line made of sumo wrestlers.
Put their fists down. And just the distraction of that washcloth up their crack. That's kind of a look, huh?
They
wear the traditional, no helmets or anything. They just wear that traditional diaper.
I'm a huge hockey fan. You know that, right? I've thought, why hasn't one team gotten like a sumo wrestler, like the biggest, fattest human being possible, put him in the goalie gear, and just put him in front of a net?
Yeah.
It would ruin hockey.
Noriaki Kinoshita.
Is what?
He's a wide receiver, kick return specialist.
Yeah.
Any team yet? And he is with the Atlanta Falcons from Japan.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't even speak English.
Oh, boy.
That won't hurt in the huddle when they're doing calls and stuff like that. They'll only like, break, and he's still standing there, huh?
He knows his job.
Yeah.
Just get out there and do what you do.
Just point at him and put their hands and go, catch.
Yeah.
How do you not speak English? Are you playing with other athletes who speak English?
That's a bold move, man.
The quarterback's going to have to go old school. Someone's going to have to hunch over, and they're going to have to draw the play on the guy's back for the Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Because they can't tell him, they can't say it to him.
Yeah. How the hell do you get the calls to him?
All you have to do is look at their huddle, and when they start pointing at him, you'll know the ball's going to him. So, there's no whispering.
All right, sumo wrestlers as the front line.
Yeah.
Really big, fat sumo wrestler or just really big, fat guy in goal to completely ruin the NHL.
Yeah. I guess they want speed, but fatness would definitely...
Dude, you get a fat guy that just covers up the whole goal.
Yeah,
game's over.
The whole object is to cover that goal.
They're going to have to retire hockey.
Get a big, fat guy that can skate a little.
No, you don't even need a guy to skate.
You just think he's just got to stand there?
Just a huge fat guy.
A fat guy falling over all the time probably won't.
Don't fall over. Just stand there in front of the goal. That's all you have to do.
Stand there.
Just stand there.
Cover the entire goal.
Yes.
Put your hands up.
No,
to
just
cover the
stand
corners
there.
where you don't cover it.
No, if you get a fat enough guy.
You need a guy that's fat enough to cover the entire width of the goal.
500 pounds will do it. 550. 550-pound dude in hockey gear.
That's just willing to
goalie
get
gear.
Smashed with pucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think you're onto something.
All right, we got Barry Bonds talking, and
by the way, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
Bob from Al Dukes, the guy who created steroids, was on Costas. He said steroids help you focus, so it would help with hand-eye coordination.
Really, the guy who created
steroids. So maybe
steroids.
I was wrong.
He's actually walking around. He's not like a Dr. Mengele.
You know, he's a little fella with a giant skull. he just sits there with his head resting on something. Because he didn't know back then. He was trying to improve his hair follicles. So he would shoot them like below his eyes.
Big head.
Hey, I love Chris Brown from Dallas. You dopes. Speaking of the front line all being sumo wrestlers, you dopes, just pitch it to the side. Those fat sumos can't move worth a S.
And they also, Reggie White would run right through those big fat sumos. They'd still be like on their hands, and Reggie would have ran right through them if he wasn't dead of sleep apnea.
I was like, Reggie White? Let him sleep.
Jeez.
It's Opie and Anthony.
Wait a minute.
What?
The goalie would have to be 6 feet wide.
6 feet wide.
Dude, the goalie would have to be 6 feet wide.
All right, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on this yet.
I'll give you a list of chicks I've banged.
We could just pull one off of one of our numerous message boards.
I'm not giving up on this thing. I think this we have a way to shut down hockey.
He's wearing an O&A shirt and blocking everything.
This sucks. All right, let's take a quick break. It's Opie and Anthony. It's a rainy day here in New York City.
Rainy.
It's
like Armageddon.
I think the sun has decided not to come up this morning.
No, a lot of lightning.
Not even a hint of the sun yet.
So weird in a city when you get like a natural occurrence like a thunderstorm. It's like the urban rainforest.
And it gets a weird echo when the
thunder echoes really weird. The lightning reflects off the buildings. It's just creepy.
It really is creepy. It's Whippem Out Wednesday. It's sunny somewhere.
Of course it is.
So hopefully you guys are seeing some boobies out there. Basically, you get the WOW sticker on your car or the WOW sign, the homemade WOW sign, and that stands for Whippem Out Wednesday. And there are women listening right now that are anxious to show you their boobies.
Their boobies.
You got to be in it to win it.
Put that sticker on your car. Or just like wiping the dirt on the back of your tractor trailer. WOW.
On Wednesday, we acknowledge WOW, but for the most part, it's happening all the time. It's like Whippem Out whenever.
Thank God whenever starts with a W.
Yeah, I like that.
Whippem Out frequently would sound stupid.
All right, it's Opie and Anthony. Our phone number, 877-212-O&A. We're in the middle of talking about Barry Bonds because this is just a huge story for everybody today. I mean,
it's life-changing.
Oh, my God. Everyone had to stay up late last night just to see this go down. And
Didn't
it's
they?
just amazing, yeah. What time did it go down? Because it was a San Francisco night game.
No idea.
So if you're on the East Coast, 2 in the morning, you got to see this? Something like that? I don't know.
Sleepy time.
So here's Barry Bonds giving his thank you speech on the field.
Thank you very much.
I just hear steroids.
This?
I just hear steroids. Anyone else just hear steroids?
With all bunching up in his throat.
My head is like...
Thank you very much.
His skull is so huge at this point. It looks like everything else inside is swollen. And his voice is just sounds steroid. This is what steroid sounds like, in my opinion.
Thank you very much. I gotta thank all of you, all the fans here in San Francisco, road and home. It's been fantastic. I want to thank you all. I gotta thank my teammates for their support. Through all this, you guys have been strong, and you've given me all the support in the world, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. Thank you.
Yeah. You might forget it as long as you live when that brain turns to pudding.
Yeah, you're gonna forget it sooner than later.
Forget who you are.
God, we did a Google of Barry Bonds, and you just see that his head used to be a lot smaller, man. What the hell's going on there? By the way, instant feedback coming in. Chris asked, we were talking about sumo wrestlers and really fat dudes. Look how much smaller he is when he played for the Pirates. Look at the difference.
He must work out a lot.
Well, I mean, working out became a science between the time he played for the Pirates and now. You got to acknowledge that. The equipment got a lot better. The supplements got a lot better. All that stuff. But look at the difference in his skull.
It's hard to say, too, though, because in the one photo of him now, he's wearing a tight black form-fitting T-shirt. And the other one, he's wearing a Pirates jersey, which is just going to be looser on you. And it's a photo taken from farther away. I want to see two equal photos.
Oh, my God. You put the Barry Bonds head from when he was playing with the Pirates on the body of him now, it would look like a no-filter Paul head. Just too small for his body.
I want to wrap No Filters Paul in his head in duct tape for no reason. Just 'cause it would take so little tape to do.
Yeah. And all right, we'll let this through. Of course, Dave. Go ahead, Dave. Pennsylvania, you're up.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Big O&A fan, big San Francisco fan also. I hear what's going on with Bonds, and all the steroids crud and all that stuff. But, it is what it is for him. And he is a great player. The steroids might have made helped out a little bit, but it didn't make the swing, just like Jimmy said. And
Dude, can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was your door just ajar?
What's that?
I heard a pinging noise.
You don't want to bring
and
back...
thought his door was ajar.
You don't want to bring back the car door ajar thing.
Well, that's what I thought he was doing.
Oh, boy.
My mistake.
No, you're right. You still got to hit the ball. I get all that. I think the problem people have with Barry Bonds is the fact that he's just not a nice guy. I think if you're a really nice guy in baseball and you're taking a bunch of steroids, I don't think people would care as much as they do about Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
I really think it comes down to the fact that, if you've read anything about Barry Bonds, you read that he's just an ass. He's just an a-hole.
Yeah, he's selfish. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's a selfish guy. I mean, and he takes all our white women. But anyways.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Brad in Atlanta. Brad, what's up?
Is he into white chicks?
Morning.
No. What the hell is he talking about?
I don't know. What's up, Brad?
Not much. I was just going to say, Barry's kind of, he's freakishly odd, and he needs to hook up with a primordial dwarf and whatever and go on Maury and let this all be passed.
Oh, boy.
So on instant feedback, Chris S. from Baltimore writes, we're talking about fat guys ruining, hockey by...
Hold on. Let me dwell on the moment that last caller is just sitting there, still talking, and then he realizes we just hung up on him.
Yeah.
And did he turn all red and get hot?
Yeah.
And just go, oh, I bombed. Oh, I bombed.
Hopefully he's with a chick who might sleep with him, and he went, shh, I'm on.
That was an awful moment for him.
Yeah. So we're trying to shut down hockey today. That's our little thing.
Yeah.
And we're thinking really, really fat guy in goal.
But he's got to be 6 feet wide.
Possibly an O&A listener. Real fat guy in goalie gear. And that's it. Hockey's done. Chris S. from Baltimore writes, Opie, there's a jersey size limit for goalies in the NHL. Is this true? Is this how they... Is this what they're doing to make sure we don't get a real fat guy in goal?
A jersey size limit. I would assume it's there so you can't just put on padding underneath and then throw a giant jersey on top of it and say, well, I got to be padded and just wear a 6 foot wide jersey.
See, I think the NHL is on to us.
Yeah.
They realized that a fat guy in goal could shut down the whole game.
Who's the genius, though, that was sitting there going, how do we prevent this? We can't tell people not to be fat. We can't. Dude, we'll make a jersey size limit.
And we'll blame it on pads and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're not stuffing the pads and making the pads thicker. We got to find out if this is true, because I did not know this. If they don't fit in the largest jersey allowed, they can't play goal. Supposedly. That's what Chris S. is saying. And then, of course, Stephen S. from Bayshore, he writes, Bob Kelly could stand in front of the net eating hot dogs, making save after save. Just tell him the puck is a ring ding and he'll never miss. Dude, I'm shutting down hockey, dude. All right, more Barry Bonds. Bonds continues, breaks down toward the end here.
Oh, does he?
I got to thank my family, my mother, my wife Liz, my kids Nikolai, Shakari, and Asia. I'm glad I did it before you guys went to school.
Announcing nations.
Thanks for being here. I got to thank the Washington Nationals for your support. Thank you for understanding this day. It means a lot to me.
Is it an official record if he set the all-time home run record playing against a minor league team? The Washington Nationals. Who are you kidding? You guys are still a minor league team. You're a AAA. You're not going to be in the majors for another few years.
Were they playing tonight? The Georgia Peanuts?
Oh, that was funny, yeah. Well, remember when we were doing the Roger Clemens bit, when he was doing all the warm-ups for all these weird minor league teams, and we were coming up with some just crazy names? Well, Wally Backman, an old Met.
Wally Backman, yeah.
We haven't talked this much sports in a long time.
Oh, my God. We're like back in a Mad Dog show on a van.
Wally Backman... retired or stepped down because he's just a troublemaker, and he had to step down from coaching the South Georgia Peanuts or something like that.
The Peanuts.
Was that the team? The South Georgia Peanuts.
Oof, that's a step down.
Thank you for understanding this day.
Can somebody? He sounds like a Sesame Street character. Hey,
he sounds like
today's show.
Thanks. He sounds like Martian dude from Bugs Bunny.
Oh, my.
Oh. Yeah, there it is.
I've hit a home run. Oh, my. The power of my modulator.
It's not Kazoo, is it? What was the guy's name?
He was Hey Dum Dums.
Oh, Marvin.
Marvin the Martian.
Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Thank you for understanding this day. It means a lot to me.
Does it?
My dad.
Ba-ba, da-da-da.
For everything.
Oh.
Thank you.
His dad died, right?
Did he?
I don't know.
He pointed skyward. So
Yeah,
maybe he's a pilot.
If you mention your dad and you point skywards, that's
an astronaut.
That's a good sign that he's not with us anymore.
Imagine his awful seats.
Imagine he's such a scum.
Wait, what about the Hank Aaron's recorded message? Was it sincere or was it awful?
That's the beauty of Hank Aaron. He's like, I'm not going to go there.
I'm going to be there. I'll send a recording.
It was one of those taped messages.
Like Bono gives when he wins an MTV Music Award.
Right.
He's on tour somewhere.
How could a taped message in this situation be sincere? Because you're taping it before the record is actually said.
Yeah.
So there's no real emotion being caught up in the moment.
No.
It's just you on tape like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. What's he's gonna do it. Let me just...
In between rounds of golf.
Congratulations to Barry Bonds on becoming baseball's career home run leader. It is a great accomplishment which requires skill, longevity, and determination.
Oof.
And a big gut.
Hank Aaron gave him 13 seconds of his time.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
That was his whole thing?
13 seconds.
That was it?
13 seconds.
That sounded sincere.
That was the entire thing?
Yes.
And
I believe so. Unless that was just a highlight, but I think that was about it. And then finally Bonds tells the press the record is not tainted.
This record is not tainted at all. Period.
Ooh, Barry.
He said taint to end period.
Yeah.
All in one sentence.
Let's say hi to Brian in Illinois. Brian, what's up?
What's going on, boys?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I listened to that clip. It's apparent that obviously steroids makes you look like a shaved gorilla, but obviously it makes you sound like you're white also.
I don't know what's going on with his voice.
With the blatant racism there in Illinois.
No.
No?
I like the way he defended himself. No. How could you assume that?
I'm just comparing a certain gentleman to a gorilla, and I'm making a white sounding black guy joke. But no.
At least admit it, Brian. We called you out.
Jesus.
You gotta at least admit it.
All right, I'm blatant racist.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hi to Shane in Tennessee.
Of course you are.
Shane, what's up?
Hey, I was calling about the fat guy in the goalie net.
Yeah.
Fat guy in a goalie net. Yeah.
There's regulations for skates that there's no way that fat man would be able to support himself on those little blades. His ankles would snap like twigs.
Oh, so now we got to get like more support for the ankles. And a lot of people are making he would fall through the ice joke.
What are they playing on a lake? A Zamboni drives on it. Just park the Zamboni in front of the net. Make him a player.
The ice is only, 4 inches thick, something like that.
It's not even that thick.
It's probably less. Sure. All right, thank you, Shane.
I'm not even going to suggest robot hockey. Stop it.
No, man, we got to develop robot baseball still.
Yeah. Working on it.
And you added to that because they got bionic arms now. Because that's what Barry Bonds has on his right arm.
That's
his right elbow.
It's his elbow protector.
It's the worst. Congratulations. First of all, Hank Aaron looks like Mandela. And second of all, it's the most insincere red thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And someone didn't even white balance the camera.
No, he's green.
He's green. They made Hank Aaron green. What?
That's wonderful.
Are they trying to say that Hank Aaron is from Mars?
He's a Martian.
I mean, yeah.
Me and the people from Mars congratulate Barry Bonds. When I came to Earth and set the record many years ago.
That ball, did you see that ball did bounce? It hit somebody's hand and then bounced 30 feet to the left.
Yeah.
And there was quite a frenzy to get it.
That guy just went like, I touched it. It was in my hand.
That guy, 20 years from now, some ass is going to come up to him in a bar and go, tell us again how the ball hit you. And
Dude, he'll have like a picture of it.
Yeah.
A screen cap. There I am. I'm grabbing it right there. I touched it.
Look, I touched it.
Did you? Great. Could you buy me a beer?
Mm-hmm.
No. Just thinking you could buy me one. I'm kind of broke.
We interrupt this program to bring you the ozone midget sighting of the day.
Who saw this coming?
I didn't.
Paul in Jersey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey,
Hey, what's going on, O&A?
Hey, Paul.
Driving to work, stop at McDonald's for some breakfast for the ride in, and who's at the money window? The midget collecting the money.
A midget was actually working the drive-thru.
Working the drive-thru, working the first window. You know, when you go to a McDonald's, they pull up the first window for the money, and then you pick up your food. He was collecting the money. Trying to give my 75 cents and change into that little muffin hand, it just fall right out.
Just bounces off like you're playing quarters.
They have to put their two hands together, cupping them like one does when drinking water, and you just drop the change in and say, you figure it out. Those 10 useless appendages.
Just two hands look like the muffin from the Egg McMuffin.
How many supersized jokes did you make?
I sat there. It's a good thing it wasn't lunch, man. I would have got a supersized soda. You had to try to reach out with both hands to grab it.
He must have been standing on a crate or something to look out the window.
They had, I tried to look and see. It looked like he was sitting on a really high stool.
Yeah.
Did he have muffin hands, though? He did have the muffin hands?
Yeah.
No, he had the muffin hands, a big head. Sitting like, who's going to try to fit with that microphone on his head? He's going to stretch it all out.
Too bad he wasn't the one that was handing over the food, because like handing over a supersized drink would look like a garbage pail filled with freaking soda.
Now, be careful with this. Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the supersized, what you got, quarter pounder? Supersized, I hate having to say supersized, you know, because I'm 2 feet tall. Son of a bitch.
Do midgets get mad when you order food like this?
It was a sight.
If you ordered food like this, would he be mad? Oh, let me have some fries. Could I have some fries, God?
You're the cutest little thing.
Look at he can hand over the little burger. Give me the burger. And the midget would probably just do its job and go, hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
Just a little giggle for you.
Wear his curly shoes. His elf hat.
Yeah, guys.
Meanwhile, back at the show,
our phone number 877-212-O&A.
You hear the fire in the hole thing? You've seen that on the internet?
Fire in the hole?
YouTube, fire in the hole?
No.
These just bastards.
Can you explain that after the break?
Oh!
Little tease for everybody?
Sure.
Little tease from Anthony. It's Opie and Anthony. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. We just want the sun to come up today. We're kind of creeped out here in New York City. Just a dark, rainy mess outside.
Yeah.
I want to know where it's sunny today.
Yeah.
We're being heard in a lot of cities. Where is it sunny so we can feel good that the sun is actually coming up today?
Above the clouds.
877-212-O&A. Before the break, fire in the hole. What's that all about, Anthony?
Oh, it's just a little internet thing sweeping the nation on YouTube and other various sites. Break. Apparently, what you do is you go to the drive-thru window of your favorite restaurant and videotape this. You order a vanilla shake or chocolate shake, some kind of big shake, or even a Coke or something like that. And then you get your food. And you grab the soda or the shake, and then you yell, fire in the hole, and you wing it through the window at the guy's face and drive away laughing as your buddy is laughing and recording it. It's all over the place. There's an example, fire in the hole.
Do you take the shake covers off?
Yeah, well, you can just throw it. It comes off.
That's not right.
And more people are doing it, and they're going to start filing criminal charges against these people. They got one surveillance camera picked up a Dodge truck yesterday, missed the plate, but got a great description of the truck.
Yeah.
And inside surveillance video. And that's what they do. They just heave the shake at the poor bastard working the window.
It's not right, man.
Fire in the hole.
Is it soda, too?
Anything. It's anything.
Just don't do it with coffee.
All right, here. That's just not right, man.
Fire, and they yell, fire in the hole.
I'm laughing, but I'm feeling really sorry for the guy getting hit with the shake and the soda. I don't know.
It would just be life.
Guy's making crap money just standing there. He doesn't want to be there.
He doesn't want to be there. He's just trying to get a few bucks in his pocket. Watch.
Here, hand is the drink.
Take the lid off. Fire.
Just doused.
Oh, well, he just threw the liquid. He didn't actually throw the whole.
The cup is the funniest is when they throw the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like this poor guy.
You got to do it with shake. There's a shake. Oh, God.
Yeah.
All over the guy's uniform.
Yeah, that one is Sweeping the Nation.
Oh, my
It's
God.
called Fire in the
all over
Hole.
his shoulder.
I do kind of
Fire in the Hole compilation on YouTube.
Yeah.
But they take down our videos because we might show a boob. YouTube stinks.
More of them
true.
popping up. That's assault right there. That's
believe me, those
that's
will come
considered a crime.
Those will come off.
Also, loving the Nintendo and video game nerd reviews. Saw those last night. This guy reviews old Nintendo games online. And
I hear he's one of our listeners from Philly, too, listening on WISP, right?
Apparently, because he plays his games on an old piece of crap television. You know, you got to set it to Channel 3.
Yeah.
And he's got the Nintendo or Sega, crappy Sega system.
Yeah.
And he plays and reviews these games, and he just reviews them. He does nothing but badmouth them in the foulest language possible. And he had a WOW sticker, WYSP Opie and Anthony WOW sticker stuck to the side of his television, which is prominently displayed in a couple of his reviews, which are hysterical. The one for Top Gun, great. His Back to the Future review is hysterical, really funny. He goes, this Back to the Future game is just like the movie. Remember where Marty McFly was rolling bowling balls down the street at girls in hula hoops trying to kill him?
Yeah.
Like, what? He had some clips from the movies.
I'm looking at the Power Glove by the Angry Video Game Nerd.
He hates the Power Glove. It doesn't work.
That's the old Power Glove, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
God, it's got 1 million views. This guy's on something, huh?
This guy is very clever. He's carved out a funny little niche for himself online.
It's present day him reviewing old video games.
Yeah, old video games and systems.
Is he making believe this is like the hot thing?
No, he reviews them. Like, he enjoys playing old games, I think. Okay. And he just reviews these old crappy games and the systems that go along with them, like the Genesis, the X32, I guess it was called.
Yeah.
And he just mocks how stupid it looked and worked and didn't work. And he's pretty funny, man. And he just curses really. He throws together strings of curses. And talks about how some of these games are just piling, steaming heaps of buffalo garbage.
Which is the best one you've seen so far? The Power Glove?
Karate Kid game review is really funny.
Right,
Power Glove's funny, and Top Gun is really funny. So I also heard, I didn't see, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one is very funny.
Can we maybe get some highlights of this, possibly? Give this guy a nice plug today?
I think only the guy's really nasty language.
Oh, really? It's really bad?
Really bad.
Well, I see that he's like putting some kind of apparatus on the top of his TV.
That was for the Power Glove.
The Power Glove, and it's falling off the side.
Yeah, he's like, first you got to put a sensor on here.
Right.
You got to put a sensor on your TV, and he tries to put it on, it keeps falling off, and he's just saying the F word. He's yelling it. He's screaming the F word. And then he finally duct tapes it onto his television.
Oh, that's really funny.
It's just hysterical.
How do you find
I was watching a bunch of those all night. Angry Video Game Nerd.
Just type that in, and you'll see what he's talking about
He's
today.
pretty funny.
All right, very, very cool. We got a quickie here. This is pretty funny.
Estas mais de mesa. Aqui do lado, Pederneiras. Aqui, por exemplo, tem...
Now you might ask yourself, what the hell is that?
What the hell is that is right.
Yeah.
It's just
it's news footage.
It's a Brazilian man electrocuted on live TV.
Yeah, he's doing a little story
on grapes.
And he sticks his hand somewhere where the grapes are, and I guess there's some electric current running through something. And as he's talking and feeling the grapes, he gets electrocuted.
Yeah, there's some faulty wiring.
Kind of falls down all stiff. Listen to his scream.
Estas mais de mesa. Aqui do lado, Pederneiras. Aqui, por exemplo, tem...
It's amazing how all dignity goes out the window when electricity is making an appearance. His whole job is to talk in front of cameras.
Right.
And yet when that happens, he degenerates to... noise.
Just noise comes out of you. People don't go well with electricity.
Like, I'm being shocked. Doesn't come out.
Yeah, you don't just go, I'm being shocked right now. We'll return after I stop being shocked.
Unplug that quickly.
You just go,
Someone else's pain is just always funny, man.
Wonderful.
Oh, your good friend, something bad happens to him in front of your eyes. As soon as you know it's not like life-threatening or a real bad injury, you can't help but laugh your ass off.
I think everybody's had the instance where you're walking with your friend down the street and he runs into one of those cables that are holding the telephone poles.
Yeah.
You know those cables that run out from the pole?
Yeah.
And they walk into it, and you just can't stop laughing. Sometimes it's even a choke one. It hits him square in the throat. It's and you just point and go, you idiot.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen, and it didn't even hurt, his name was Mark Rosenberg. I was 6 or 7.
Mark Rosenberg.
Him and his brother Jason were my best friends when I was a kid. I love these guys. And Mark sat in the grass, and he put his hands back. And you could probably, if you look closely, actually see the dog still walking away. You've never seen fresher dog do and a hand go in it. I've never, I don't think since then have I laughed harder than Mark, because he was so ready for a casual relax in the grass. What's better than kicking back when the sun is shining? And like you put your arms behind you, your feet are out in front of you, and you put your arms back. There's no better picture of relaxation.
Right. Looking up at the sun.
He couldn't have palmed it better if he was doing a free throw. It's as beautiful a thing as I've ever seen.
I cannot wait to see that animated, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That little story you just told.
Mark's hand came up. I'll never forget his haircut, the look on his face as he saw it in his hand. It couldn't have happened better if it was a magnet. If his hand was metal and there was a magnet on the grass, it couldn't have stuck more efficiently. I bet you it's still fossilized in that grass in Edison, New Jersey.
With a handprint in it.
Well, of course, a perfect hand. He should have brought it home and presented it as an ashtray to his mother. Perfect.
You ever walk into a glass door?
Yeah.
That's a great one.
On purpose.
I've seen people do that.
That will freak you out because you're like, what the heck?
I've seen people do that, but I've never walked into
and your brain can't comprehend what just happened.
Walked into a screen.
A screen?
Yeah, I walked into a screen door.
Did you walk right through the screen?
No, I kind of bounced off of it, and
Really?
It hurts your nose.
I was at a party once.
I felt like an idiot.
I bounced off a glass door in front of everybody, and man, the laughs. They laughed forever, and I thought I had a broken nose.
I felt stupid. I ran into a metal door at NORAD.
Of course, because of this guy getting electrocuted with the faulty wiring, and in the grapes is bringing up the old Atlanta reporter falling in the grapes.
Oh yes,
we haven't played this in a while. It's most people know this one by now.
Yeah,
live TV. Girl is squashing the grapes.
She's having a grape squashing competition with a woman that works at the grape place making grape juice or wine or something.
Yeah.
So she's in there with her mic and she's giving the commentary and she's going really fast. And at the end, she tries to go real fast to beat the pro over there. And, well, things don't go too well.
Well, the first mistake she made was doing this whole thing like off the ground.
Yeah, it's up on a big platform.
They could have had the grapes on the ground and got the same exact shot.
Yeah.
But now she's falling out of the barrel onto the table, then onto the ground.
Oh, it's a great fall.
She knocks the wind out of her live on TV here.
And one of the things that's done is right here, these buckets are filled with grapes. What kind of grapes?
These are filled with Chamberson grapes, and the winner this Saturday, who stomped the most
kills
juice,
me
will
now.
actually win an overnight stay here.
You ready?
You ready to try it?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Not disgusting.
Let's
All right,
go.
you ready? Give us a 30-second time. Here we go. So what's the deal here? There's a contest to stomp, and how are you measuring who does the best stomping?
And whoever stomps the most juice wins an overnight stay, but it's not the only thing you can do.
The measuring cups are down below, right?
Measuring cups are down below.
All right.
Oh, that's why it's a
and
platform.
if you win, you get to stay at Chateau Elan, and what else do you have going on here?
Well, if grape stomping's not your thing, you can come and spend the day listening to live
Stomping
music,
Jews?
eating international foods, having wine tours and tastings, vineyard tours, seminars, arts and crafts. It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop. Oh, stop. Oh, I can't. Ow, stop. Oh, stop. I can't breathe.
actually hurt.
No, I think she is.
Yeah, she's hurt. She took a hard fall off there.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Okay, we're going to make sure she is.
Try and check on her and get back to you as soon as we can.
We'll be back right after this.
Oh, dear.
There's so much
dear.
that is funny about that clip. The dumb, we're like, as the ladies, had the
Suffering.
wind suffering, right? Exactly. And then the dumb reporters back in the station with their they don't care.
Oh my!
Oh wow!
Oh, I certainly hope she's okay.
Ow, 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 I can't, ow.
Can you go back to the last 15 seconds of that clip? I want to hear the reporters had their fake caring.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh my.
You ready? Hit it.
Oh, no. Oh,
boy,
dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No,
there.
I think she is.
Yeah, she's hurt. She took a hard fall off there.
Ouch.
Gosh, I hope she's okay.
Okay, we're going to make sure she is.
We'll try and check on her and get back to you as soon as we can.
We'll be back right after this.
Why can't
that was a Sherry O'Terry ouch? Ouch!
You would swear that's an SNL skit.
Yeah.
Why can't these anchor people just have some?
Wow!
Getting
Did
real.
you expect to see that?
Oh,
Just say something like, "Holy jeez, that poor woman just fell on her big gut."
Right. Instead, it's ouch. Ooh,
Oh,
that
that's
had a
yeah.
hurt. Yeah. Well.
Let's take a little break. And
why can't you just turn into a human being at that point?
start laughing is what you do. You turn into a human. Oh, look at that idiot.
You know how you want to do
robot?
robot
grapes.
You know how you want to do robot baseball?
Yeah.
They already have robot news. That's robot news.
I know.
They're already a robot like
well, they're petrified too. They have to act like that, or else they'll probably be fired.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marge from the Little Shelter is on the line. Yesterday, it got a little ugly with Marge from Little Shelter because we called her out.
Did you punch up the videos, pictures? Would you? Oh, I'm sorry.
My brother, if you weren't listening yesterday, he's an animal lover. He's got a heart. He donates to the Little Shelter. He's getting married in about a month. And instead of wedding favors, he's giving the Little Shelter a donation.
You make that sound so...
What?
My brother's an animal lover. He's getting married in a month.
Oh.
Okay, what's going on in the Hughes family?
That's pretty funny. And he's giving a donation, instead of wedding favors. I mean, he's been associated with Little Shelter for a while.
Yeah.
And Little Shelter did not know that. And Marge calls the Opie and Anthony show. And out of nowhere, my brother found a blind cat behind a restaurant as he was shopping or doing whatever he does. And he brought the blind kitten to the Little Shelter, and no one would leave the Little Shelter to come to the truck to see if the animal's okay. It obviously needed some kind of help.
Yeah.
And then he went around back to find the cattery, and they basically would not leave the Little Shelter and basically said he's on his own. He has to go see a vet and stuff.
And you would think if you're making donations to the Little Shelter and you have a little kitten that needs some help, where would you go?
Right.
You'd go there.
So it got really ugly. We were playing, kitten shovel baseball yesterday.
Yeah.
And my brother was on the air. He told his little story. And I guess yesterday, my brother called me after the show, and Little Shelter got a hold of him.
Yeah.
Put him on the speakerphone, and he had 5 or 6, bigwigs at the Little Shelter apologizing up and down. What can we do for you? Oh, my God, this is not good. This is horrible PR for the Little Shelter. Oh, my God, please tell us what we could do. So we got Marge on the line here. Marge, what's up?
Good morning, and the only things I can say is guilty as charged.
You're defeated, aren't you?
Wow.
Marge is defeated today.
First of all, I want to say I'm in love with your brother.
Why?
I haven't met him, but I intend to soon. This man has a heart of gold. He is a true animal lover. He is a sensitive, caring individual. There's very, very little that I don't find about him that is totally wonderful.
Now picture the exact opposite, and that's Opie.
Well, that's okay. I can't wait.
Hey,
I can't wait to meet him.
Yes.
It's okay because you said Opie and not Greg Hughes.
Exactly. Greg Hughes is a sweetie, but you were talking to Hitler's brother yesterday.
Right. The only thing even close to what you said is Opie has a wallet of gold.
He only actually he spoke to Marianne.
That's why I grow the goatee from time to time, because I'm evil Brett.
Evil Brett. You wear a beret.
Of course, Brett, the owner of F.H. Riley's.
Yes.
Where is that?
That fine restaurant in the heart of Huntington Village.
I don't know
400 New York Avenue.
And you know what? And I can assure you that
Yes.
we are going to try to promote his restaurant in everything that we do.
Oh, boy. Just don't.
Please
Please just don't send a truckload of dead carcasses. He's not going to cook up any of your carcass.
Try the calico cutlets.
Listen.
Marge, you don't boss anyone around. You're in apology mode. You don't tell anyone.
Yes, exactly, Marge.
Wait a minute.
Humble,
I'm
humble,
in
Marge.
apology mode, but I have my tail between my legs. So
right.
you just give me a chance to explain what happened yesterday,
Okay.
and then you can take off and do whatever you want on me. I am prone
All right.
at this point.
And this is going to be a quick call today, Marge, because people
fine with
like
me.
you in small doses. Let's go.
It's fine with me.
All right.
Basically, we investigated what happened. We found out that everything that Brett said was absolutely true. The person that did not look at the cat has been spoken to, and it's a question of
perhaps a bit more.
Not
Pat from
understanding
Menaki.
what's going on.
For an
at
animal
Little
lover,
Shelter.
Marge sure is eating a lot of crow.
Goddamn
Pat.
Publicly, I am saying
Yes.
the person was not doing her job.
Yeah.
And that is the bottom line. This is not what we do at Little Shelter. And
by we, you mean the people that really work.
So what happens to a person that's not doing their job? Do they get sent off to the killing fields?
They put them in the little gas chamber they use for the animals.
I can assure you of one thing.
What? Yes.
This person will never do that again.
Oh, Marge!
Wow, holy.
See her no more.
Marge!
Marge
rules with an iron fist.
So when she's not using it for other things.
We are
Yes.
animal lovers. We will tolerate.
Leave the gun. Take the blind kitten.
But when it comes to making the wrong decision on the admission of a pet, this is something we will not tolerate.
All right.
The only thing I can say is I'm very sorry. We apologize to Brett, and this will never happen again.
Nice.
Hey, Marge, what's the big plug? You got that fundraiser, what?
Actually, we have the big adopt-a-thon on the 18th and 19th of this month. We invite everybody that wants to come and either see the shelter or adopt a pet or spend a little money and have a good time.
All right.
Really, that's what this is all about. And I love both of you. I feel very motherly toward you.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
God bless.
Grandmotherly.
And,
Marge has had a tough couple of days, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
My brother was telling me this conference call was hilarious. He wished he was taping it. They were kissing his butt.
Wow.
Hey, Marge, you said you love my brother, right? In what way?
he's just such a human being.
If you were younger, what would you do with my brother?
Everyone else.
Well, first of all, I intend to meet him, but not in that kind of
Marge,
way.
but let's get into this a little bit. If you were a little younger, what would you want from my brother? What do you think?
Absolutely, to get to know him more, better. I mean, this is the kind of guy that I'm very attracted to, that we all are. We're all animal lovers, and we want to do the best that we can. And anybody that has a three-legged dog, a blind cat, and a bunch of other assorted goodies, I mean, this is the
my
same.
brother told you. My brother's got, he's got a dog that's going to be losing a leg soon. Just go to F.H. Riley's and buy something.
Is he opening a freak show?
I don't know what the hell's going on with him. He's got like 6 pets at this point.
That's how you talk dirty to Marge. You tell her, like, yeah, and the dog has only one leg. Does it cry at night? Yeah, it cries. I have to give it milk.
Hey, Opie dash
Way to
Greg.
squash a joke.
Oh, wait, she said
Opie
Greg.
dash Greg, this is for you.
Yes.
If your brother looks anything like you, 100% for me.
Whoa, hubba.
Ooh, Marge.
23 skidoo.
So if he looks rich.
I'm out of here, guys.
Wow.
We're going to let Marge off the hook today.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right. Thank you, Marge. Thanks for calling in and straightening everything
She
out.
hangs up angrily.
Oh, she had a tough day yesterday. All kidding aside.
She had to call up and apologize. I like that.
All right.
I bet you the person who did it, they put them on cat litter duty where they have to clean the cat box with their toothbrush for a week. That's the punishment.
God, yeah, who knows what they do with the employees that misbehave. All right, we got to take a break and we'll continue. It's Opie and Anthony. It's Opie and Anthony. Just a reminder. Do you want to play paintball with our very own Danny against the LA-based Adam Carolla Morning Show? Yuck.
Do ya?
Yuck. Not to paintball, by the way. Paintball is cool. Yuck.
I tried to get on Adam Carolla when I was out there plugging it. They tried to get me on. They said they didn't even call back. I didn't care if they had me on, but we tried to.
Call back.
They're like, they normally would call us back, but they didn't even call us back.
Look, Adam Carolla's a douche, okay? We're doing this for the company. It's a great promotion. You know, a bunch of listeners get to go out to L.A., and they get to do some paintball. You know, it's a free trip for the listeners, and it promotes a fine movie and all that, but Adam Carolla's a douche. During our time off, we had the same agent, and I was visiting Bob in L.A., and Bob's like, hey, you want to go check out Love Lines or whatever it was, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go over there and say hi to those guys. So I go there, I check out the show for a half hour, they go into a break. Adam Carolla walks out and goes, what are you doing here? And walks outside and has a cigarette. That's all he said to me. And Dr. Drew couldn't have been nicer. Talked through the whole commercial break with me. How you doing? Any prospects? What's up with you and Ed? You guys all right? You going to be all right? You know, he was just such a nice guy.
Huh.
And then Adam Carolla, you know, from his cigarette break, marches back right by me, ignores me, goes back on the air and does his stupid show.
So basically,
he's a douche.
You were off the air, and he kind of douched you without even not even the courtesy of like, hey, how are things going?
He's a douchebag.
We're in the same business.
I'm sure they dumped out of that, but whatever. He's a douche. And then Jimmy tried to get on a show, and they didn't even call you back.
They tried to get me on. I didn't pursue it because I actually I was like, I don't know if it's the show for me. But it's typical when you go out and do a club, they try to get you on LA radio.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, they normally would call us back. Like, they didn't call back.
He's full of himself. Anyway, but the promotion's cool because a bunch of our listeners will go out to L.A. With Danny, our own Danny, to play some paintball. You can win $5,000. Go to OandAWar.com for details. Made possible by the movie War, which sounds like it's going to be a really cool movie starring Jet Li and Jason Statham. One wants justice, one wants revenge, in theaters August 24th. So if you want to go out to L.A., go to OandAWar.com for all the details, okay?
Why do they have to want such harsh things?
I know.
Why can't Jet and Jason want fun things? One wants flowers, one wants a hat.
Fight to the death for that.
One wants Rocky Road, one wants vanilla. They're both standing with spoons and smirks. It's going to be all good-natured.
And I got my haters no matter what. Oh, I hope he didn't get a tongue swabbing from Adam Carolla. Too bad. Whatever, bro. I wasn't looking.
A tongue swabbing?
I wasn't looking for approval. I was out in L.A. I went to check out the show. Like, yeah, that sounds cool. And we have the same agent. And, you know, not even a proper hello. Go F yourself.
I guess that guy.
Putz.
Dude, I guess that guy, whenever somebody treats him like a jerk, he doesn't notice. He's one of those kind of guys.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you understand? The guy's treating you like you're an ass.
Yeah.
No.
He just takes it. I guess you just take it.
Yeah,
right?
you just take it. Not even take it. Just doesn't even understand that the person doesn't like you and is treating you like crap.
Right.
And you just hang around and they don't like you and you don't even notice it.
I didn't run to the studio for approval or anything. It was like, yeah, this sounds like a cool thing to do for a half hour, an hour. Sure, let's go do that. Okay. We happen to be in the area.
One of my first meetings with Artie Lang from Howard's show was after we got booted off the air. And he and I hardly knew each other. And I saw him at the Comedy Cellar that night. And he came over and he couldn't, that's why I love Artie, he couldn't have been nicer. He's like, hey man, I'm sorry. It was like, even though the shows were rivals, we're in the same business and you got douched and I know how awful that must feel. So there was a certain courtesy and niceness.
That guy is 10 times the man anyone here is. Literally.
Hold on. I didn't feel bad about it.
No, but I'm not, it's the point is the way other people react to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like a courtesy. People will come over and at least, hey man, I know that sucks. What are you guys going to do? Like, like I would have done.
We really try to keep it honest on the show. The one time I met Artie Lang was at the Brooklyn Diner. He was nice.
Of course it was.
He was nice.
What did he have? Everything?
He was nice to me, whatever.
Can I say off the subject briefly? He was at the Cellar last night doing a set, and Nick DiPaolo was on after him.
Oh, no.
And Nick DiPaolo, I probably never wanted to hold another man as much as I did Nick after some woman. Nick was having a great set, being himself. He's talking about the things he wants to do to O'Reilly because he just loves the grumpy white guy. And there were things that any guy would be happy to have a woman do to him. And Nick's like, it was hilarious. And some woman yelled, "Tell a joke." And he was having a great set.
Oh, no, she didn't.
You've never heard FUC fired out with such precision.
I don't know if that went.
Why? 3 letters in a row. You can say anything you want. FUC can be anything.
Yeah, but you just spelled something that sounds bad.
Oh, no.
See?
Let me wait. No. Al wrong. No.
Yeah.
Nick fired out. The U in the middle is YOU.
Yeah.
So let's say forget you, kook.
Right.
Forget you, kook. I wasn't. Wait, was it forget or kook? I can't remember. It was something like that, and you've never heard it fired out. It was almost like say to me, Jim, how you doing?
Jim, how you doing?
Fine. It was with that precision.
Nice.
It was. You've never seen him more. Her husband, he sat there just looking at the food on the table. You've never seen a more beaten man. He's like, I have to go home with this thing.
Good.
So I don't know. I'm sorry.
Good for him.
Hey,
so happy.
Now Flaming Putz is right back from Jersey. It's a joke, Opie. Don't get your panties in a knot. See, this is what sucks about.
Now don't get your panties in a knot.
But this is what sucks about when you have IM like chats and text and you're texting. You don't know if the person's, because we don't have the emotion thing.
Yeah. Well, use emoticons.
Yeah, thank you.
Could you use an emoticon?
Make it blatantly obvious. I'm about to make a joke here.
No, make the smiley face or the winky eye. I like the winky eye.
You like the winky eye?
Yeah. It's like, hey, you're an ass. Winky eye. Means you're not an ass, really.
Either that or it means he's calling you an ass while looking into the sun.
How many times have you gotten a text message, though, and it could go either way? It's like, is this person serious?
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
Yeah, it's like it really is. Like my girlfriend sometimes will text me and name people who are better in bed than me, but she'll always put LOL at the end.
LOL.
Oh my God,
cures everything.
Yeah, she's being cute.
ROL.
I want to see.
I'm Rolf.
I want to see nothing but winky eyes for the rest of the show.
Yes.
Winky
eye.
Winky eye.
Winky eye makes anything okay.
So what Opie is saying is that you don't really enjoy this contest a lot. The paintball.
No, that's not true, because I had to have a long discussion with Tom. I said, look, as long as I'm allowed to say what I want about the stupid Adam Carolla, I'm fine with the promotion. He's a douche. I don't, personally, we don't want to do anything with another radio show in this company.
I guess if you got to do anything with somebody, paintball's pretty good, because you could really leave some welts on people.
Aim for the throat.
That's it.
And they put on the website, I'll say this one thing, that they have to compete against this nobody named Danny from the Opie and Anthony show, which is also how he's named on our websites.
It's nobody.
The promotion itself is really good. It really is. You get to play paintball. You get a trip to L.A. It's promoting the movie War. All that is good.
Just shoot him in the throat like McCluskey.
How's the alcohol in this place? If you know our Danny.
You mind if I speak drunk to Michael?
And I'll go a step further with this whole thing. Danny Bonaducey, who works on Adam Carolla's show, we've gotten along with over the years. Have had him on many, many times. And then when we were in our last bit of trouble, he's on the air basically saying that we suck.
Did he really?
As a radio show. Get the audio. Do we have the audio? I've been asking for that for a while. Yeah. It says that
steroid head say. Come on.
Yeah, get that audio. And I was like, this is Danny Bonaducey. He sat on that couch and we got along, man. He's been on our show many times over the years. It's like, do you need TV time that bad? Saying, that we're not intelligent guys, and so we go for the easy stuff.
Really?
This and that. It's like, oh, really? Have you listened to the show more than the time you've been on or something?
Is that what it is? Ranting? We get it. You rant. We get it.
All right, I'm getting winky eyes with Opie sucks. Now I don't know what's going on.
But it's a winky eye, so it's okay.
All right, good. You bastards. Hey, what do we got on Reverend Al there?
Well, apparently, you said that they're trying. There's a councilwoman, which again, this nonsense that's continuing with banning words. She wants to ban the words now. We know okay, let's talk like children. The N-word, boys and girls.
Yes.
Now they want the B word and the H word.
Which is bitch and
hoe. To be banned. You know, because that's the problem.
How do you ban words? I don't get it.
It's this.
Oh, look at that. Right when we start talking about it, they show...
Now, here's what's happening. Sharpton, I heard, is going after, like, Virgin Megastore, and he's going after Viacom. And Andrea Peiser from the Post, I think, is off the mark, because she's saying that he's targeting white people, and he's wrong to do that, because they're not really the ones saying it in the songs. Protest Snoop. But I don't think Snoop cares if he gets protested. Rappers have bad press is okay for them. The only way to go after it is to go after Viacom. I think what he's doing is actually the first real thing he's done.
No, I still see it as pretty much terrorism, economic terrorism that he's using to put forth his agenda. That's the same thing other people do. Only, they use bombs and bullets. He's going to threaten to extort from a company until they go along with his ideology. And I don't think that's it. If he wants to go to the artist and try to influence them and tell them that this is bad, using bitch and hoe, which I don't think is at all. But if he wants to do that, that's fine. Don't threaten a company's livelihood based on your own ideology. There's freedom of speech in this country, for
you're right.
F's sake.
I agree with you completely.
I have to say that.
I completely agree with you.
They found a way around freedom of speech.
Of course they did. And what is great is I'm just happy to see rappers getting it stuck to them. Of course, Sharpton, he's disgusting. But I like the fact that they did not defend Imus. Not one of them would go against the company line. And by that I mean what was popular in the black culture at that moment, which was to trash Imus. Not one of them stepped up to talk about freedom of speech as much as they've been targeted. And you know what? Good, stupid asses. Now you're getting it. Good. I want to see them suffering and losing their ability to say certain things because none of them came to bat for him. So good. Why should they have complete language freedom when he doesn't?
Yeah, this issue is so much bigger than black versus white.
Yeah.
And they never understood that when the Imus thing came down.
No, he should be fired.
All the black radio show hosts in New York all said, yeah, of course he should be fired for that.
I just think Reverend Al has a single agenda, and that is the defense of black people, no matter what they do, at the expense of pawning it off on white people. That's how Reverend Al operates. He will always twist something around so that the white person is responsible for whatever happens to the black person or people. And if the situation is so blatantly obvious that a black person's responsible for something, he will not get involved.
You're right. But to target this, it's the only way to go. To get anything done, it's the only way to go. Black people didn't fire Imus. Black people didn't fire JV and Elvis. That's the only way to go after it.
Black people got Imus fired, and Asian people got JV and Elvis fired.
No, white guilt did. I think white guilt and the fact
it's semantics there, really, Jim. I'm talking about like black people threatening the corporation got Imus fired.
Yes, but the ultimate decision, the corporation could have stood tall in any of these situations and said,
but when you have a gun to your head, whether you think you do or not, or whether you really do or not, if the perception is that, oh my God, there's going to be this big backlash, it's going to be unbelievable, we're going to have 1,000 black people marching outside my company, I got to cut off someone's head in order to get out of this trouble. You're going to cut the head off.
But do you remember
it's extortion. It's mob tactics.
But remember we pointed out that there was only 50 people at the Chicago protest where Jesse Jackson was trying. So it's like they buckled immediately, and instead of saying, "Look, we don't agree with this,"
I think they
suspended the guy. They kicked him off the air while he was doing a children's cancer charity drive.
Right.
I don't care.
How awful is that?
That's the only way to go after people. If he goes after Sumner Redstone and threatens his advertisers, that's how you get things done. So I'm glad to see rappers suffering too. You guys didn't defend Imus. You don't defend comedians. Why should you have that freedom?
I think you're seeing it differently than his intent is. I think you're seeing it as a way, wow, this is a great way for him to actually get something done. Because the corporation's not going to put up with it. They've proven that in the past. And they'll put the pressure on these rappers. But I'm seeing it as he doesn't want to lose his credibility with rap artists and with the black community. So he finds a white scapegoat, goes after them, and he gets the best of both worlds. He looks like he's trying to get these words taken out of rap lyrics, out of respect for the sisters out there, and he's not going against black people. So he's kind of figured out a way to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, all right, I'll agree with that. But even if he is doing it for that reason, it doesn't matter because he's doing it. What his personal motives are or what his personal appearance motives are irrelevant to me because he's had enough of these stupid hip-hop summits where they talk to Russell Simmons and all this soft language about community and respect and the crap. Nothing ever gets done. They still have total language freedom. So for as much as he screamed about it and Jesse Jackson has screamed about it, nothing has changed. Nothing. So at least this way, something is going to have to change. And I would love rappers to be able to do whatever they want, but they would never defend my right to do what I want. So why should I care about them at all?
You're right.
They would never defend my right. When Whoopi came out against it as a comedian, it's like all hope is lost.
How amazing was that when Whoopi came out against the what I said?
I see us agreeing on a few things here, but on the other issues, me and Jim, how can we deal with this?
Well, you're obviously going to have to agree to disagree.
We're just going to have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, we don't really disagree, though. We're in the same...
I don't agree with that. I think we're disagreeing.
I was hoping that this would turn into fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
I want fisticuffs.
In theory,
Jimmy versus Anthony.
Agree with Anthony in theory.
In a cage match.
No, we just wind up, humping each other's faces.
Oh, it would be so sexy in a cage.
But why are we paying attention to these stories that come out from the politicians where they want to ban words like hoe and bitch?
Yeah, now that's
infuriates the hell out of me because there's just in the New York area alone, there's so many problems that these politicians could get into trying to fix. But instead, these are all distractions and getting their name in the paper and in the press. Why don't you help the commute for everybody? How about that? How about you really try to get some real things done here in New York City instead of banning words, which will never happen. Will never happen.
On everyone's daily agenda, I'm talking a day-to-day basis. You run into problems. Some happen more often than others. Some upset you more than others. On a daily basis, how many people are really upset by the word bitch? Think about that. Or hoe. Is that something that is really so high up on the people's list here in any city in the country that it's got to be addressed by a politician? Aren't there other things that every day you go, holy Jesus, I can't get to work on time because of the traffic, or a number of other things that you should put in front of this problem?
Yeah.
But no. Video games and words seem to be the big two things that are causing the world to fall apart.
The one thing that bothers me, and we're talking to all of America for the most part, but when we try to drive from just Manhattan to Long Island, that is such a cluster F of epic proportions. So when I read these politicians wanting to ban words and go after violent video games, I'm like, why don't you try to get something real done? You can't even drive out to Long Island on a Saturday, at 1 in the afternoon without massive traffic at all times. There's obviously a problem, but no politician would ever try to take that on.
Hell no.
They would rather get their name in the media by coming up with this dumb stuff like let's ban some more words because that dude up in Detroit got a lot of attention for banning the N-word.
And do you think it stops there? I've said it so many times. Once you give in to one thing, they just pile on. People keep trying to ban more words, and they're not really banning anything. No one banned anything. You can't legislate against words like that. It doesn't work.
I mean, I think
it's unconstitutional.
I think when you start trying to ban a word too, it just gives that word so much more power.
Yeah.
By the way, because when you said, is anyone bothered by the word hoe? I think that word has been thrown around so much in pop culture and just out and about that there's no real power to it.
No.
I mean, I'm a guy, obviously, but I think the females would agree too.
It's just a slang for whore.
When a word is
and
thrown around so much,
around a lot. I mean,
when a word is thrown around so much, it loses its power.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's funny. It's like I am annoyed that he believe he targets white people like we're the ones saying bitch and hoe in our art forms. We're not. But that's the only way to get white people to do something is to go, you going to allow our women to be spoken about this way? It's again, help us. We can't do it. Help us. It's that paternalism crap.
To prove my point, too, you say hoe, whatever. To the women out there, right? They're like, whatever. Say the C word.
Yeah.
All right? That still has a lot of power, that word. Know why? Because it's not thrown around. It's not volleyed around in pop culture and in music and all.
Because
that word it still has a tremendous amount of power if you're a female.
That word legitimately upsets women, for the most part. There are a few troopers out there that don't mind.
like you said years ago, it's the atom bomb, man. If you want to end a argument with your wife or girlfriend, that's it.
Throw the C-bomb out there. It's over, Johnny, and you're into a whole new argument.
Right.
Why did you use that word? But where are the people coming out against that? It's such a huge... You can't even address that word in public like that, saying, I'm trying to ban the word, you can't even address it. It's so out there.
Right.
But you could say, like, bitch. We don't want the word bitch out there anymore. Bitch? Bitch, shut up. It's a fine word. It's so mild, too. And it could be used for other things. It's like, stop your bitching.
Right.
Don't bitch about that. Oh, work today was a bitch.
Right.
There's other uses for it.
And can I tell you something? If we ban all these words, let's say, like, we get crazy and we ban the N-word and the F-word for gay people and what have you. We're humans, man. We're going to come up with new words.
We'll come up with new ones. They'll stick.
New words, and we'll figure out a way around that. That's just how we are.
Yeah.
That's just how we are. We're never going to change that until we become robots.
Can't wait for that. Oh.
So stupid, but these stupid politicians wasting our time by having these superficial banning of words. Are they going to have a funeral for the B word now too?
Yeah, it's going to be a whole cemetery for words out there. It's just like sprawling like Arlington.
Boy,
with letters on the headstones.
Right.
B,
just letters.
H, N, F.
Speaking of burying,
I'll be crying by the N1. I loved you.
I'd also hug B, F, and H. I mean, I love them too. Especially when combined in the same person.
I pull up with a huge hearse full of flowers, placing them on all the words that I loved using.
Every day, Anthony's pulling up
Why?
with flowers.
Well, I'm throwing myself on the grave.
Right.
Why?
No.
How funny would that be if we had a funeral filmed like for the N-word and we were all just grieving it?
Grieving like yeah, because it was a celebratory thing. Like they were finally like burying the word, and we just sit in the back. With sunglasses on, dressed in black. Oh, my God. Relatively speaking, it was so young.
Oh, my God. That was the bit. We should have flown to Detroit for that, man.
Oh, we certainly shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Staged it here with a few of our black listeners.
Yes, of course.
Should not have flown to Detroit.
They're trying to have like a New Orleans funeral for the N-word, and we're all in the background.
How did it happen?
Oh my God, no!
I'll miss you.
Going up to the podium telling stories, and that guy cut me off, and it was so perfect.
Now what am I gonna do?
How will I explain to my children why I'm locking the car doors when people are crossing the street? How will I explain it? When I have children and they get communion money and spend it right away, how am I going to say they're a certain type of rich?
And how will my daughter know not to bring home certain people?
When I pass a joint to a friend and the tip's all wet, how am I supposed to explain what the person has done to that joint? Oh, you'll be missed. Oh, what a horror that would be. People just looking like, what the? Are they really mourning this one? I can't just say we rigged it with some wire and tape. No one will really understand.
Speaking of cemeteries, little controversy.
Gruesome.
Yes, a woman buried her dog.
Aw.
But the name on the headstone is really, really outraging a lot of people today.
Oh, no. The dog's name was?
We'll tell you after the break. It's One. It's Whippem Out Wednesday on the Opie and Anthony Show. Let's not forget that, okay? Supposedly, we're going to have brand new WOW stickers here in New York City.
Oh, really?
I guess Tracy's working on those.
Nice.
I'm hoping we could see them very, very soon before, summer slips us by here.
It's going pretty quickly.
It sure is, Anthony.
Always does.
Sure is. Speaking of the New York station, 92.3 K-Rock, I got to say it again, man. Al Dukes, he does a show rundown. That's really, really good. He adds all the links of all the stuff we're talking about. Like you did the fire in the hole thing.
Yep.
He's going to have that link today.
Nice.
On his show rundown. And it doesn't matter if you're not listening on the New York station. Everyone could check it out.
Yeah.
923krock.com. Go to the Opie and Anthony page. He does a very, very good job with it. And he's got a little dry sense of humor that he works into the whole thing, too.
It certainly is dry.
A bit of sarcasm as well. So, like yesterday, I don't know, there was a tea bag discussion.
Yeah.
And he just shows a tea bag. And
a Lipton.
And he's all confused about... What? He just distracted me. Oh, yeah, Sam is the Home Alone guy, too? Yeah. So,
yeah.
Whatever. Check it out for yourself. It's very good. It's 923krock.com for your Opie and Anthony show rundown. All right. Hey, they just handed us a couple news stories that are breaking right now.
Yeah.
Primetime TV not gay enough?
Apparently so.
What? How about Primetime TV's not good enough?
Yeah.
I can't find one stupid show to watch.
Ugly Betty.
Ugly Betty.
Ugly
yeah, how about making it funny or...
Well, this is the problem that the networks are running into. Instead of worrying about just getting good TV, good programming for us, they have to make sure this group is happy and this group is happy. What's the latest? GLAAD is getting involved and saying that there's not enough gay on Primetime TV?
Not enough of the gay. GLAAD is kind of assigned grades to the networks and I guess companies like Walt Disney. Walt Disney seems to have gotten high marks.
Oh, good for them.
By GLAAD.
They've embraced the gay community, huh?
Yeah, they have, I guess, a lot of gay, lesbian, and transgender characters on Disney. The study assigns grades excellent, good, fair, or failing based on a number of, quote, impressions of occurrences of gay characters. No network was rated as excellent. But ABC received a grade of good with 171 hours of gay-inclusive TV last season.
God, that's
accounting
a lot
for
of gay.
15% of its primetime programming.
Wow, that's a lot of gay, man.
That seems to be a lot of the gay in there.
You see, the problem is the networks try to do it. They do it just to do it. Like when you look at on HBO, you look at a show like The Wire. The one of the lead characters is gay. Omar, one of the gangbangers. Or not, he's not a gangbanger, but he's one of the criminals.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a believable gay character. He's not a stereotypical. The type of
Will and Grace, where every joke, everything out of their mouth, besides the obvious, has to be a gay joke.
Yeah, we get it. You like fashion. We know. We're Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. We know.
Yeah.
He's a guy who he shoots people. And he's gay. Once in a while, there'll be a scene where he's making out with a guy with good abs. All right, you got to take it for what it's worth.
But
he shoots people.
He's a badass mother
the best character
in The
on
Wire.
Show. Omar is the best character on
They go,
show.
ow, put in a little Visine and they're fine.
Yeah. Brian from St. Louis. Brian from St. Louis writes, Opie, have you guys seen The Singing Bee? What the F could be more gay than that show? What is The Singing Bee all about?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to find one stupid show I could watch. I mean, I got my Rescue Me. That's a guarantee every Wednesday. I check out the Rescue Me. But besides that, there's nothing to watch night after night.
ABC's got Ellen.
They had her.
Well, yeah.
Well, they're probably talking about her talk show, right?
Glad noted that ABC, long known for its family-oriented, middle-of-the-road sitcom hits like Happy Days, also has a history of landmark TV portraits of gay characters dating back to '77, and the debut of Soap, which featured Billy Crystal as Jody Dallas. Remember him? He was gay on that show.
I hated Soap.
It was a pretty big hit back in the '70s, but
I know.
I didn't watch it. Too young at the time
Maybe
to
because
really
I was
enjoy
in
that
diapers,
type of
that's
show.
why I hated it.
You were what?
I was in diapers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boy, that word gay sure has changed.
Yeah.
Not enough gay programming. It's all too depressing. We want more gay programming. Here in the 40s. Laughs. We want to laugh it up. Be happy, jolly, and gay when we turn on our television sets. I want to see gayness all around. Gay, gay, gay. All I know is when I get home from a hard day's work, I like to kick my feet up, turn on the television, and watch gay TV. Nothing but gayness. I love feeling gay.
How about a show featuring Elmer and Gus?
Elmer and Gus?
I want an Elmer and Gus reality show. That'll be enough gay for everybody.
When they go out on the town, you know it's going to be a gay night.
Yeah.
Look, they're dancing. Looking so happy, jolly, and gay.
They paint the town red and each other's faces white.
All right, so there you go. They're looking to get more gay on your TV. And then what is this other gay story? San Diego firefighters, I haven't read this one yet, but the headline, San Diego firefighters file complaint for being forced to attend gay pride parade.
What?
What is this about?
In 28 years of responding to fires and saving lives, Fire Captain John Giotto of the San Diego Fire Department never thought his job would require him to attend a gay pride parade. I've dealt with finding bodies in burning buildings, traffic accidents with kids, but never have I been so stressed out before until this incident. This guy would rather scrape up the hamburgered bodies of young children off the street
from a fiery car crash.
Yeah, or pull out burnt, crispy bodies from a building than go to a gay pride parade.
This guy's a classic.
Wow.
This guy's a hero.
He filed, him and 3 other firefighters filed sexual harassment complaints against the city and the fire department for being forced to attend the parade in uniform despite objections they made to superiors. I don't want anybody else to go through this. This is a whole different ball game. It certainly is.
I don't want anyone else to go through this. That just sunk in.
I think
it sounds
our
like
officials up above need to look at this.
And when you read, I don't want anyone else to go through this. It sounds like you're hearing from like a soldier coming back from Iraq.
Yeah,
you know. I don't want anyone else to go through this.
Firefighters claim parade attendees made obscene gestures, uttered inappropriate remarks, and displayed lewd behavior that made them uncomfortable. They also demanded a work environment without discrimination and harassment. Interesting. The men refused to follow the direct order. They could have been suspended if they had.
Yeah.
They could have been suspended on the spot and stripped of any chance of promotion. Stripped. According to their manual, it was Giotto's first direct order. Wow.
He goes on and he says, his quotes are hilarious. You cannot even look at the crowd without getting some type of sexual gesture, Giotti said in the complaint. I can't get enough of this guy. The experience left me feeling humiliated, embarrassed, and offended by this event.
While I was sitting there waiting for the parade to start, I felt that I was forced against my will to be at this gay pride parade and forced to see men in tight shorts dancing provocatively and other men kissing and hugging wearing sexually suggestive material on T-shirts and writing girth and mirth. Suit up before you dive in, according to the complaint. I was forced into the situation that would compromise what I hold true and what I believe in, my reputation, my character, my integrity, my morals, and my religion, the complaint says.
Oh, God.
So this guy, whoa, he,
bunch of size queens cheering and waving, girth and mirth.
Girth and mirth.
You know what this is about, right? The guy felt a little something, and it bothered him.
You think?
Yeah. He was seeing all this going on around him, and he got a little,
maybe. Man in the tight shorts, you could look like girls from the back.
Girth and mirth.
There's a little movement, if you know what I mean, and that bothered him, and he didn't like what he was feeling, and he felt like, look, I got to put a stop to this.
You think some people might just be upset by gay people? Or you think it's always some type of latent homosexuality that is upsetting them?
I think it's both, probably.
I think religion is kind of part of it. If you're like really kind of a holy roller, that'll bug you because for some reason they interpret the Bible as saying that God doesn't like gays.
Yeah.
Jesus hates the gays, things like that. But I don't know. I think some people can just not like gay people, like for what they do. You know how you don't like let's say naggy raggy Long Island housewives.
Right.
You see them in the supermarket. Can I use this coupon? It's supposed to be, but it's dated today. It's not expired. You know how you could get behind like people like that? And that's not just one woman. There are a few of them around Long Island.
And you instantly hate them.
You hate them.
I'm with you.
Maybe some people, when you see the stereotypical gay guy being flamboyant, talking with the stereotypical gay lisp type thing, maybe people just don't like that.
I think it's a little of both. I think there's also guys, they see some of this and they're bothered by the feeling they're having inside, and they're like, oh my God, I don't want to feel like this.
Do you really think that happens?
I think so.
A lot?
Not a lot. I think it plays into it a little bit.
And sometimes it's just annoing. Like, these guys are firefighters. He doesn't want to stand there and have a bunch of fruits waving at him in shorts going, woo!
Yeah, but
guy runs into burning buildings. He doesn't need that crap.
Yeah, I get it on that level, but it's all, like, it's also just funny, man. If you're in that situation, but I guess, like, he's a fireman and there's a lot of respect and...
Exactly. How many hose jokes he must have heard? Spray me with your hose or put me out, yeah.
Woo! I'll clean that up.
YMCA used to mean Young Men's Christians Association.
Yes.
But the Christians has been replaced. In the association, they'll just use the abbreviation for it. Girth and mirth. He's standing there packing 4.5, just feeling defeated.
Girth and mirth.
Girth equals mirth. Like when you see girth, you laugh.
Hey, we're going to learn something today. Jeff the gay guy from Edison, New Jersey, big fan of the show. He writes, guys, girth and mirth aren't size queens.
No?
They're chubbies and they're chasers. Yuck. And he's saying yuck to the girth and mirth.
All right, see that?
Oh, they're fatties?
Yeah.
Oh, girth is a fat.
That's
but
adorable.
There's also the other.
All right, listen. Let's get this story on because it's terrific. We were talking about cemeteries and
fabulous.
There's a little. I say terrific.
Say fabulous.
I say girth and mirth.
Girth and mirth.
It's like I always say. Everyone likes a girthy boy.
Anyone else picture just two cartoon characters named Girth and Mirth?
Both
just doing horrific things to each other.
Both wrecking people's day.
Here we go. Controversy at local cemetery after a woman buries dog named...
When Judy Hagen lost her beloved rat terrier, she bought 2 plots at the local cemetery. One for her and one for her dog. 8 years later, she decided it was time to put a memorial stone on the dog's grave. And that has stirred up a lot of controversy. That's because the dog had a name that some people say is not appropriate for display on a tombstone.
No different than somebody named Dick or Peter. It's all how you look at it, I guess.
Hagen says it means a lot for her dog's name to be on the stone.
His name was not Poophead. His name was Ed.
Oh.
This is a trend, man. People are starting to name their pets just awful things.
Yeah, horrible names.
Which is hilarious,
What happened to Rover?
Which is hilarious. Yeah, her dog's name is S-Head.
Did she really?
That's from The Jerk, actually. That's what he named his dog.
And the headstone reads, "Here lies S-Head," and the cemetery is not happy about this.
Yeah.
But people with loved ones buried nearby say the name on the stone is disrespectful.
You drive out there, you cannot see that name unless you get out of your vehicle and intentionally walk up there and read that. Then you're going to see it and be offended, maybe.
Attorneys for the city are looking into the legality of the name written on a public tombstone.
Wait. Loved ones buried nearby?
Yeah.
It's a pet cemetery?
Yeah, well, you didn't think much of your loved ones, huh, stupid?
It's not really a loved one.
Well, no, it might not be a pet cemetery. It might be a real cemetery.
Oh, yeah, because
you bury a dog in a pet cemetery.
Yeah, is that legal? That's right, because she did buy 2 plots, one for her and one for her dog S-Head.
Ooh, so you're buried with your pet.
Are you allowed to do that nowadays?
I don't know.
Oh, boy, don't even...
I know Judy wanted to be buried with Chester.
Hey, God rest her soul.
Hey. A banana, my Judy.
You liked your old mother-in-law.
She's
your ex-mother-in-law.
She's passed on. God bless. Godspeed. And she wanted to be buried with her dog Chester.
Yeah.
That Opie killed.
Marge is listening. Please. Please don't.
It was justifiable homicide.
Please don't.
Don't eat your...
I'm not explaining it again.
Ate your lunch.
It was dinner. It was prime rib.
Prime rib. Oh.
Before a Knicks playoff game. I mean, come on.
You're sitting there ready and
shut up.
Go upstairs for 2 seconds and you hear something going
stop
on.
with the Chester.
Chester!
You had to give it a little kick in the liver.
Come on, Chester!
The liver.
Chester! Here, boy! Come on, Chester! Chester! Come on, Chester! Chester!
Just stop it already, will you? Anyway, so whatever. So there's a little controversy about her.
Yeah, how many wives figure their husbands should have been buried with that? It's like, we can do that?
Yeah.
Go back and changing it?
Hey, really quick, we got some new production to play for everybody.
Ooh.
We did What the Hell Is That recently. Yeah, I know. Okay. This will be quick. We did What the Hell Is That recently, and then we farmed out the audio to some of the regulars that do really good production for the show.
Yes.
What the hell is that? Of course, you got some weird thing happen with your body. You come in, doctors look at you, and, you show us what you got, and obviously we say, what the hell is that?
And then hopefully the doctor can tell you what it is.
Yeah, so we got some great audio, Bob Kelly puking and all that, and then we farmed out the audio. This I think we played yesterday. It's RPI.
What the hell is that? Goodness gracious!
I'm sorry, I'd say they could be. I'm not arguing which is worse.
What is that? That would squirt across the room, I bet. Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen, Jesus Christ, holy crap! Oh my God, I can't look. What is that? Bob, Jesus. This is the worst show I've ever been.
How cool is that? That's RPI.
That's a good one.
That's some nice production. Then we got a new one in today from good old Coke Logic.
Oh, yeah.
Coke Logic is good for one every once in a while. Let's see what he did with the What the Hell Is That audio.
What? Somebody needs to help him. Wait, you gotta. What the hell is that?
See, that's why the show's called What the Hell Is That?
It is coming.
Is it leaking pus right now?
No one knows what it is.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God, I can't look! Holy crap!
It's gonna make you puke.
Bob Kelly's vomiting. Bob Kelly's vomiting. Bobby's puking.
What the hell is that?
This is the worst show I've ever been on.
Coming soon to a theater, radio, or something.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Two different takes on the same audio.
That's creepy.
That is creepy. Stupid kids chanting always.
Has always been creepy.
And I think we have time. This is a quickie from our own Derek. Actually, this isn't What the Hell Is That? It's just another piece of audio from the show that Derek had fun with. Remember when E-Rock was telling us that he ate bad salmon?
Yes.
Yeah, Derek made this.
The virus is spreading.
The F?
No! What's wrong, Eric?
Why are you crying, Eric?
I was having some bathroom problems.
Oh.
Shut up.
Opie and Anthony.
Very good. Just
like the echo, the bathroom echo was very good.
Yeah, we do things a little differently on this show. When a new production comes in, we like to kind of feature it.
Sure.
Before we throw it into the system. All right. I think we're going to be able to do the staple gun thing next. A little trip down memory lane next.
Nice.
The staple gun challenge. We'll explain. We found some old audio in an old machine, and whatever. We'll explain. Trust me, stay there. The staple gun challenge. We thought we lost this show. We at least found a piece of it.
A piece of it.
Just a little
in our
piece
time capsule machine.
Yeah, we'll explain next. It's Opie and Anthony. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show.
Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games.
Our staff's in there laughing. I don't like it.
Laughing it up.
Why
Just
are they
laughing it up.
I
I don't know. I'm hearing it through soundproof doors. They're laughing it up.
They should be fired.
Just giggling. Well, they're not paid.
Oh.
They're the interns.
Oh, then we should be laughing.
The interns, new on NBC.
Yeah, one black, one white, one gay, one Asian. Everybody represents.
They drink Sunny D.
Oh, gosh. How great would it be in a Sunny D commercial if they opened it up and all races and sexual identities were represented and there was somebody inside with a flamethrower and instead of Sunny D, they got a face full of fire. Looks like Sunny D, Mom. And then they all look the same. Crispy, burned, and hairless. Take your no eyelashes face and hit the bricks, pal. Look perpetually surprised for the rest of your life. Everywhere you walk, people will think someone's yelling, ta-da!
Ooh. Moving over here. We started this yesterday. We found an old machine of ours.
Yes.
We're not even that old, but this machine's about 5 years old. When we got fired from NEW for that Sex with Sam thing, they took all our stuff. And we've been slowly but surely finding this stuff.
Now that we reacquire as much as we can.
Now that they rehired us years later, which is the most bizarre thing ever that we really haven't fully discussed yet. And I guess Al Dukes or somebody found our old replay machine in a closet.
Yeah, one of the machines.
They were just going through some old boxes or whatever, and this thing was forgotten. It was just thrown in a closet, so we couldn't find it, and it was unearthed, kind of like a time capsule.
Time capsule.
It was unearthed, and it was given to us, and it's old. We had to dust it off and everything. This thing is really old. You would never use this today on radio. It's called it's a 360 shortcut.
Yeah.
And we started going through it yesterday. And what we found today is some clips from our staple gun challenge.
These are full of like clips. They're not entire shows. They're not entire breaks of things. They're just clips that we were acquiring over the years.
Well,
we were there at NEW and putting them on the machine.
Well, like we got our new machine where you hear stuff like
yeah,
the smokers laugh.
Just let me.
So obviously, this is the old version of that.
Yeah.
And we have some staple gun clips in here. And the staple gun challenge is one of the shows we've lost, right, E-Rock? We don't have a copy of that. And people are amazed at that because just about every one of our radio shows is online somewhere. But we personally do not have a copy of the staple gun challenge show, right? Oh, we do. Have you ever played it? Oh,
all right.
Humiliate open in front of everyone.
Good job.
Really? We did play it on our worst stuff?
Could have just agreed and said no.
And then mouthed the words yes.
Way to make me look really bad.
Way to make it look like a horse's ass.
Ouch.
This is going to be the make Opie look bad half hour, by the way. Because the Danny Bonaducey stuff might not be as bad as I stated.
Didn't
And if
seem
that's
that
the
way.
case, then I will apologize.
Why did you do it?
Might not be bad. It was wonderful.
Well, I don't know. And we didn't play all the clips, so we'll play it and then let the listeners decide.
Last one better be a Lulu. A personal insult.
And trust me, it went through my head a few times, the story of what he did to Mancow. So I'm like, all right, let me get this story straight.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the Staple Gun Challenge was a fine show where Ant and I decided there was a staple gun around the studio. We decided to have the Staple Gun Challenge. We took like the newspaper that day, the New York Post, what have you.
Yeah, we just kind of came up with this. I don't know how. I think it was just a bet. It's kind of like, hey, I bet you won't do this. And it was taking a newspaper, put it over your knee, put it over your thigh, actually, the upper part of your thigh, and pop a staple into it.
Right.
Now, the paper's pretty thick, so not much of the staple's going to go through. But then we figured, all right, we'll go back and forth each time removing a sheet from the newspaper.
Right.
Thus making it thinner.
Less protection.
Each time it gets actually 2 sheets because it's doubled in a newspaper. 2 sheets thinner each time.
Yeah.
And after a little while, the staple really starts coming through. And I guess it was the first person that tapped out.
Yeah.
The other person won.
Right.
That's how the game went.
Well, here's when it started getting interesting.
Oof. Yeah,
obviously there was not much newspaper left. I took one right to the
at that
thigh.
point.
But then
no.
Anthony's like, screw that, I'm still in. Now it hurt. Or am I just in this?
That was another you.
All right, another me. Son of a... That was Anthony.
Yeah. It was the worst part was that anticipation.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there with the staple gun on your leg and you're pushing down slow, just waiting for that point where it pops.
Yeah.
And the staple goes into your leg.
You still have marks on your thighs from that?
No, but I had a bunch of red dots all over my pants where I was bleeding from the thighs.
All right, and then we moved on with the competition. We were just a bunch of idiots, man. Then this one.
That did hurt. It's stuck. Yeah, now they're starting to stick.
And then we put all the staple gun shots together. Now it hurt. Oh. Son of a... See, Pat Duffy, we used to do things, see? See, that's why we have no problem making you do things, because we did it in the past.
That's right.
And then the contest was over, and then for good measures, I decided to take one right to the leg without any newspaper.
Nothing.
Opie is the winner. Very good. I didn't think you were going to go for that last one.
I will take a victory staple for the team.
Stop it.
Oh, no.
No way. No way you're putting a staple in your leg. No way. No newspaper, nothing. No way.
Do it.
What are you, nuts?
Do it.
This is for the victory.
No way. It's empty. No way. Why?
Come on, push it down. Push it down.
Stop it.
There's no pressure.
No
Rick.
way.
There you go.
Yeah, you do it, Rick.
Now you're talking.
You do it, Rick.
This is for just giggles.
It takes a lot, Rick.
Yeah, you gotta just like... All right.
Oh, he's squeezing the handle. He's squeezing. It's almost there at that pop point.
Okay. Oh, Almost had it there.
Jeez, yeah. You take that breath and just bam.
Drill it in. Pull it out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude, you are so red.
Okay.
You are so red.
I almost passed out.
You put staples in your legs till you pass out.
And then there you go. Just some of the sounds from this old machine we found.
Yeah.
We're going to play more as the week goes on. Joey! I know that dude.
Oh!
Joey Paisano, everybody. A rare visit from Mr. Paisano.
Wow.
He doesn't work in Manhattan anymore.
No. He's out on the island. The Isle of Long.
How are you, sir?
How you been?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Remember Paisano's on Mulberry Street? Here he is, Joey. He doesn't own that joint anymore.
No.
He's out there in Nassau County at a fine new establishment.
New Long Island joint.
Oh, my God. It's so good.
What's it called?
Aqua.
Aqua.
Yep. Down in Rockville Center, Long Island.
To die for.
Yeah, the place is really good.
It's so good. And I was annoyed the past 2 times I called up to make reservations, and I got, "Hi, we're not open on..." When are you not open?
Mondays.
We're not open on Mondays. Give us a call Tuesday through friggin'... I'm like, oh, my God, come on. I was so psyched. Me and my girl are like, yeah, let's go. Oh, we'll go to Aqua. Oh, and I'm just thinking of, like, the desserts and everything. I'm going to get, like, some fish. And I hear Joey, "No. Hey, we're closed. Get out of here."
God only knows what he does on his days off.
I don't know.
We don't ask.
He enjoys himself, I hope, because he works very hard.
We don't ask.
Indeed.
Huh?
Why Mondays?
Mondays is traditionally,
yeah.
Yeah.
I said it was a slow week for nights out, dining out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just did the weekend.
Yeah, did the whole weekend thing.
All right, well, we better not, talk about the restaurant too much, or Tom's going to be
Run in
the store.
and try to shake you down. We'll see how unsuccessful that is.
That could be fun. Let's try it.
Yeah. So Tom will have braces
like, this is
on his legs.
This is really unusual. I'm usually the one shaking down.
Yeah, what the hell? What are you doing?
This is how it feels like to be shaken down?
Guy just fell.
Yeah, that happens.
Oh, the Olympic guy, sorry.
But
Why does that make me laugh every time?
Always.
We want to make it perfectly clear. We just want to say hi to Joey. He plugged his restaurant, so Tom, just relax. We got a handle on this.
Nothing wrong with the boys making a little cash on the side.
Oh, man. Elliot Spitzer's office calling. Let's... Now I got to see if this is if I was right about the Danny Bonaducey thing.
All right. Now what had we heard?
Well,
we had heard that
he trashed the show.
I heard he trashed us. That's all I heard.
These guys have no talent or whatever, you know.
I didn't hear the tape. I didn't hear anything.
Well, I'm not a fan of Adam Carolla. I explained that earlier, and then I kind of threw Danny Bonaducey into this whole thing as well, because I remember him going on TV when we had our last bit of trouble, kind of talking about shock jocks, and I thought that he was taking a shot at us because we get labeled shock jocks, and the whole reason they were talking about this was because we were in trouble for what a homeless guy said.
Right.
That whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Danny Bonaducey on Scarborough Country.
Danny, this isn't about shock jocks. I don't listen to shock jocks. It's about the First Amendment, though. Aren't you a little...
What?
This is about I don't listen to shock jocks.
Who is that guy?
Joe Scarborough.
I like him.
I spent a day with him. He's actually a really cool guy.
Looks like a sweet boy.
He's a lot different off camera. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, is he?
Oh, boy, does he... he knows how to act.
Really?
Oh, he's completely different.
Grabbing for your crotch.
Whores all over the place.
Just joking about all sorts of stuff that maybe he definitely wouldn't be doing on the air. Yeah.
Shock jocks. It's about the First Amendment, though. Aren't you a little concerned that these guys, more and more of these guys, are getting fired or suspended for saying things that nobody would have thought twice about a year ago?
Well, I'm more and more concerned about the First Amendment in the sense that
I couldn't even understand Russell Simmons when he said, we got to get rid of the H word and the O word and the N word. I mean, we're now speaking in Morse code, which is unfortunate. We're grown men and women should be able to say any word that is in the English language. On the other hand, I find shock jocks so offensive. Now, you've met my partner, Adam Carolla, probably the second brightest guy in radio. And the fact is we work very hard, and we don't wish to fight the illiterate. I don't want to fight for first place with, it's like boxing a young man in a wheelchair.
All right, so you're saying he doesn't want to fight.
See, I took that as a little jab at us. Because this whole story is about us and what we did, and we were labeled as shock jocks, and he doesn't want to go after the illiterate audience like we do, I guess, by doing stuff that will get you in trouble.
I think he was saying I don't want to fight the illiterate, meaning I don't want to fight brain-dead jocks. I think he was
maybe that was it.
Radio guys, like boxing a guy in a wheelchair. So what he's saying is, because don't forget JV and Elvis, there's other guys that have been in trouble recently, and that sounds like he's just saying I don't want to fight guys who are idiots.
All right, it continues.
Let's say the illiterate spend a lot of money and they want to get XM radio and listen to Opie and Anthony, or they want to get Sirius radio and listen to Howard Stern. I mean, that's their business, right? I mean, isn't this what we hear all the time?
He's saying illiterates will get XM to listen to Opie and Anthony. That's our audience. Just nothing but illiterates.
Yeah, and?
Yeah.
They want to get serious.
Certainly run a message.
Read the message board.
Howard Stern. I mean, that's their business, right? I mean, isn't this what we hear all the time? If you don't like what's on the radio or you don't like what's on TV, change the channel.
Right. I'm not angry with, Opie and Anthony are hired by my employers. I'm not going after Opie and Anthony at all, and Howard Stern could not have been more beneficial to my career, and I think Marconi invented the radio and Howard Stern reinvented it. I love all these guys are fine with me. I'm more angry with the American public and what they want to listen to. I think what you want to say is your right, and what you want to listen to. Bill Hicks, a great comic, said, it should be your right to burn the American flag, but you just shouldn't want to.
So far,
so he's mad at people for enjoying what they hear on the radio when it's obscene or rude or crude or whatever.
It's not a complimentary thing, but I wouldn't say he's slamming the show.
Danny, are you concerned, though, about the First Amendment being, if not violated, certainly being infringed upon by all of these firings?
I am terrified of the First Amendment being infringed upon in any way, shape, or form. It is not the First Amendment that worries me as much as the dumbing down of the American people, that the First Amendment becomes so less important because your freedom of speech is now to protect saying stupid things that are of no consequence to anyone. Don Imus, who cares what Don Imus said? He's inconsequential and irrelevant. He's an old man that repeated something that he shouldn't have, but should have been fired? No, the First Amendment protects him.
He said irrelevant wrong. Irrelevant,
huh?
Okay. People should decide what is good and listen to what is good and what is adventuresome to them, that makes them think, that makes them laugh, that makes them like it and enjoy the show.
If they don't like it,
push the button.
They can,
absolutely.
They can change it.
I can't believe I can't say the F word, the N word, any word I want that I can't say. It offends me deeply. But I think the fact that people can and do say things, I think disc jockeys go on the air and pride themselves on the fact that they haven't read today's paper or even a book in the last 5 years, and I think that's shameful.
The only issue I have with it, and this has nothing to do with us, is the fact that there's this weird thing with intelligence where if you like something harsh, that's somehow by people seen as not intelligent, and using snarky or clever language is seen as really bright. And it can be dumbing down, but I don't think necessarily because you like something harsh and hardcore that you're dumb.
Yeah, if you have a crude sense of humor.
Does that make you dumb?
It doesn't make you stupid.
You can't be more raw than Richard Pryor was, and there's times where you cannot be more raw than Carlin is or more brutal. Come on, man. That doesn't mean you're dumb.
And remember, Danny did call our show and try to have sex with his wife live on our show. So
exactly.
You know what? Why don't we call him and we'll just ask him?
See, that didn't seem bad.
No, because that wasn't bad at all.
Doesn't seem that bad. I just felt like he was sort of like talking about us just because we were in the news at that particular time.
Even if
if I'm
was
wrong,
talking
I'm
about
wrong.
us,
that's fine.
From what he said, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I don't think that was bad at all.
And he specifically named the show and said he wasn't going to go after it. Again, he did say because he's employed by the same people. But
he also said, he kind of low in the background said no problem with them or... Yeah, I don't think there's anything there, really.
And then he mumbled something about how it was only the Jews that he didn't like.
Yeah.
I don't know why he said that, but he did.
Yeah.
All right, we'll ask him in the near future.
Yeah, that didn't sound
If I'm wrong,
In
I'm
the
wrong.
near future.
He looks like he punches really hard because he has red hair and little rock fists.
Oh.
Little rock fist.
He probably strikes rather hard.
Ass.
Hey, is it true that Pat Duffy stapled his homework to his face and tried to hand it in once? Mm-hmm. What is wrong with you?
Pat Duffy's an adventurous
We're doing this
guy.
for a radio show, man.
Well, I had actually heard that. That was right after that happened.
Oh, so we influenced you. That's nice.
We influenced the young
Great.
Pat Duffy
Yeah.
before
That's
he
good.
was able to grow that massive beard of his.
So young people are listening to the show and doing things that we do.
Great, thanks, Pat.
That's
Because that's
good.
the argument the professionals have
We're
all
constantly
the time.
saying people
Great.
aren't stupid enough to
Right,
do
thanks,
these
Pat.
things.
You just ruined our whole argument. So what happened?
Dummy.
I was in biology class my junior year, and we had always messed with the same teacher, and I was handing him my homework, and I had a staple on my desk, so I just stapled it to my face and made her pull it off my face. Everybody had a big laugh, but then they called my dad, and he freaked out. It was awful. That's really dumb. He picked me up from work, and he halfway home he got out of the car and pulled me out of the car and put a staple gun to my forehead and said, "Do you think you're funny now? Because I'll do it right here." And he wouldn't do it. I told him to do it.
This is this.
Yeah.
This is this.
He was going to do it right
One
there.
staple.
There's a
Like
staple
that.
gun. What do you got for us today? It's a big ass staple gun. What do you got? Forehead. What are you doing?
You ass.
I'm nervous.
What are you doing?
Tell me.
Huh?
You tell me.
It's up to you. I'm not telling you, just in case, you get some brain hemorrhage or something.
Nah, the gut.
The gut?
The gut.
Say
That's
the
it.
gut.
Bear through the shirt.
He wants a cheek though, or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
Nice.
Did you staple your helmet to Eric's cheek?
Oh, he just stapled his cheek.
Nice.
Ah,
And there's the forehead shot your dad was supposed to do back in the
dude.
I'm not
That-
looking.
Oh my God!
Pull those out. Did that go into your brain?
No, it can't go into
Did it go in your
brain.
skull?
You can't get it
Oh,
out.
dude.
Oh my! You can't get it
Did
out.
you hear it go click? Is that still in?
Yeah.
Dude, it's in your
He's
skull.
trying to pull it.
I can't get it out.
Oh my! What? Listen to him.
All right, get a staple remover.
Listen to him try to pull it out. Listen.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
You got it out?
No.
I'm not
Can't
looking.
get it out.
Dude,
You have a staple in your head.
He's panicking.
No, man.
that is a staple.
Is it out of his skull?
Oh, these are long staples.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
What are you doing?
Oh, you idiot.
Is it out of your skull?
No.
No, it's deep in there.
His cheek is...
Look at the blood. Look at the blood pouring.
Those are huge.
Pouring
Pliers.
from his freaking
Steve's
cheek.
pulling it out with pliers.
Wait, I want to hear this on the air.
You okay? You pull straight out.
Oh my God! I just heard skin rip.
Dude, this is bad.
Am I horribly disfigured for life?
I heard like a crunching
I would
noise.
seriously not do this again if I were you, Pat.
Are you gonna pull it out?
It's good you have a medical
Steve, you can't
professional.
pull it out.
Dude, I really don't want. I don't want to tear the flesh too much.
Just yank it.
Yes.
Fast Freddy's saying that sound was effing awful. Listen, dude, he can't get it out of your skull.
Oh, it's bent.
Oh, wonderful.
You better make sure no piece breaks off in there.
Oh my! Look at his face.
Oh my God! It's bumping up.
Yeah.
It made a big bump.
Oh my dude, you gotta. That's
Dude, it's pouring blood now.
And it made a big bump.
I know.
You look like you were in a fight.
All right, they're escorting him out of the studio. Where are you going, Steve?
You get him to a doctor.
How about to the hospital? How about you go to the hospital?
It's just swelled up.
His face is just pouring blood.
You friggin' idiot.
Why would you do that?
He goes, "Oh, they're long staples. It's stuck in his skull."
That staple could have been like 3 inches long and he wouldn't have known, and it would have just gone right in. Thank God the front of the skull is pretty thick.
What is Steve saying in there? Steve!
I don't know.
Hurry, because we got to leave this this side of the show.
Doctor will get it out.
Did you get it?
What's the deal, Steve?
All right. You know when you actually use a staple for what it's designed to use and it bends outward?
Yeah.
That's what it did when it hit his skull. And the edges of the staple have spread.
Oh,
so I can't get
my God.
Oh, so it didn't go into his skull, but it like barbed out.
Under the skin.
It barbed out under the skin, so if I yank, I'm going to tear a whole bunch of flesh. That's what I don't want to do.
All right, here's what you got to do. You need a pair of Dykes wire cutters.
That's exactly
Cut it in the middle, and then you could like pull it out like a stitching needle.
That's what they're getting for me right now.
How about this? You just take him to a doctor and let a doctor take it out so you don't rip his stupid head off. How about that?
I'd
How about you
rather
don't
rip
get the
his head off.
dye?
He's all right. He's laughing at it. He's got a McLovin shirt on, which makes this even
I'm
cooler.
sure he's fantastic.
McLovin!
Let me see the bump on your head.
Pat, come in here real fast. We got to leave this side of the show, but this...
You need cutters. You need like side cutters, a set of side cutters.
We got a nice cliffhanger on the Opie and Anthony show today.
I hope Duff's proud right now.
Get him to a doctor.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, we need to.
It's not
stupid if you do that.
It wasn't in his skull.
No, it's
not his skull.
in his skull.
It's spread under the skin.
I don't have health insurance. I can't go to a doctor.
Yes, you can.
I can't go to a doctor.
You're fine. The show will pay for it. Just get it to a doctor. Get it taken out.
Go watch Sicko.
We'll pay for it.
He doesn't have the health
Side
insurance.
cutters.
Yeah.
Side cutters and needle nose pliers. That'll be out in a second.
Permanent staple in the head. Winner of the radio war. Right there, Pat Duffy.
Pat Duffy.
Say no more. Say no more.
Holy.
Are we allowing Steve with 2 loop earrings to do surgery? Get a doctor to get it out. What's the matter with us?
Everyone's panicked because we have to wrap up. If the stations cut us off, they cut us off. But we got surgery going on with Steve.
Yes.
All right, we'll figure it out. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Take him to the guy down the street.
We'll give you an update on Pat Duffy's situation.
Know anyone in the area, Joey?
All right, it's Opie and Anthony. We'll see you tomorrow if you're not joining us over at XM.
I love showing my to introverted fat guys. Whippem Out Wednesday. Whippem Out Wednesday.
Opie and Anthony.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. We have a Pat Duffy update. All hell is broken loose here, I guess.
Jesus Christ.
A lot of panicky Pete's. A lot of panicky Pete's all over the place. And I'm not talking about Tom. Tom came in here and gave us a talking to.
A talking to, perhaps a bit more.
He was
not happy.
But it was the type of thing like when you see your kid doing something, you scold him like, what are you, a retard?
Yeah, that's pretty much the scolding we got.
Yeah.
Today.
We were basically called brain dead.
We got
scolded. What were you thinking? Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to be the hall monitor. Blah, blah, blah. I don't blame Tom, obviously, but it's Pat fucking Duffy we're talking about here.
Dude.
Because now Washington's pissed off because an intern took a staple gun right to the skull. So Don is all pissed off because an intern took a staple gun to the head. It's Pat fucking Duffy.
He got vomited in his face. He had another man vomit in his mouth. He brushed his teeth with dog shit. And then he just drove a staple into his forehead.
Pat Duffy.
Fucking
Pat
Duffy.
fucking Duffy.
He's a renaissance man.
He is a He's out of control.
Renaissance man.
He's foaming at the mouth every day behind me here. He just wants to do something stupid. He needs to do stupid things. It's in his blood. and Don's all pissed off down in Washington. Is like, hello, this kid brushed his teeth with dog shit. That is so much worse than taking a staple to the forehead.
Yeah. So it was a nail gun. I could see that could be a problem.
Nail gun, sure.
Nail gun to the head.
That's where we draw the line. We understand.
Right.
That's where we draw the line.
I was saying, if that was we're supposed to be responsible and watch everything or something. If that was a gun, he'd be laying there dead.
Right.
That's how quick he did that.
Right.
It was like he took one to the gut. I've seen Steve-O do that plenty of times.
Steve-O did his ball bag to his thigh on our show.
And then he took one to the cheek. Yeah. Now, cheeks are pierced all the time. It's meat. It's not like that. And then while I was still going, oh, my God, and cringing and trying to look at his cheek, he put it to his forehead over his one eye and hit the thing.
Yeah.
and it went right into his head.
I felt like I was looking at a guy commit suicide because it was, just replaced gun. That's what it looked like.
It was Arbor Dwyer.
Right up to his head, blam.
He just took himself out. But
so Tom came in. He's really mad. Washington's really mad. Pat Duffy's like, "What's the fucking deal?" Pat's pissed off because now he has to go to a hospital.
Pat's pissed. He feels bad.
He's like, "I don't want to ruin everyone's day. I don't want to go to a hospital." And he told us off air all the crazy stuff he's done on stage with his band.
Yeah.
This is nothing to Pat fucking Duffy.
You know what happened? Apparently, the staple went in.
Who knew, by the way?
It was pretty long staples, and it hit. Apparently hit his skull.
Yeah.
But then it didn't go through.
No.
It bent.
But it hit Governor Connolly's wrist.
Yes.
And then it hovered in midair.
Who knew?
Magic staple.
Who knew the staple would, spread out?
So it's spread out.
Like, if you staple anything, you know the deal.
And then he wasn't able to pull it out. That's why it was so hard to pull out. So he had to go in the bathroom and snip the middle.
We're talking spread out, to make it longer, by the way. When you're stapling on a hard surface, if you look at the back of what you just stapled,
staple bends.
You'll see the staples bending outward. And that's what happened with Pat Duffy. Pat fucking Duffy.
Using his skull as the back of the stapler. On a regular paper stapler. So that's why they couldn't pull it out, so he had to cut it in the middle.
The noise it made when Steve tried to remove it with his pliers, it sounded like the noise of ripping skin. And Jimmy was hilarious, and that's why Jimmy was in a panic, and he's like, "What was your line about Steve? That was hilarious, Jimmy."
I said, "You don't have a guy, something about a guy with hoop earrings doing surgery." He's not qualified to do that. The guy can't make a website that people understand. How's he going to pull something out of a man's skull?
My God.
And then there's a whole argument who's going to take him to the hospital because we want to make sure he's okay. He's going to need a little tetanus shot there or
maybe tetanus shot. Maybe a head X-ray.
A little cleanup.
Fine, but you want to make sure. You want to make 100% sure medically. That's all. He's
all right, we got Pat's dad on the line. Pat's dad, what's up?
That moron. He's a moron. He's got insurance.
Oh, he does have insurance?
Yeah, he's under my coverage because he's still considered a stupid student.
Oh, see?
He said he didn't have insurance.
If you guys are wondering why Pat Duffy took a staple gun to the head, here's the reason.
Now,
he's trying to make his dad proud.
Mr. Duffy, or Duff, as they're called.
Yeah.
Have you seen him come home with injuries because of stupid things he's done?
Oh, yeah, in the past.
Yeah, like he used to go on stage and do weird things.
Yeah, that's when he was with that idiot band with the green mohawk.
Yeah, the green mohawk, and he was in a band, and he would hit himself with clubs and have thumbtacks.
Yeah, and then when they did backyard wrestling, he got whacked with a 36-inch Louisville Slugger that was wrapped in barbed wire, like a same thing in a WWE or whatever.
Oh, he was one of those old backyard wrestlers?
Backyard wrestling
guys. Those guys.
He did that, too.
Pat's a maniac.
He really is. And this time he put a staple in his head.
Makes his mom real proud.
Yeah, I bet. Where's that stapler?
I think they threw it away.
Stapler.
Why? It's not a criminal.
Well,
I just want to see how long one of those.
Hey, we got some expert advice from get rid of the weapon,
Oh yeah, he told us to run along rooftops and take one part of the stapler and drop it down
down the vent pipes.
We so happen to have an expert in house today, and we got some fine advice on how to get rid of the weapon.
Take the dog shit toothbrush, leave the stapler.
Gave it to one of the girls. Gave it to our girl intern.
Yeah,
she goes, "It turned me on." I got to be honest.
That was right after Pat beat somebody with the stapler, and then she just dropped it in the little milk thing in front of the house and did some awful acting.
Wow, here's the staples that went in his head.
Let's see.
That's
holy mother of pearl.
That's pretty impressive right there,
dude. That could really.
The staple had to go right through his cheek. What?
Was it 3/8?
I don't.
This is about.
Well, Anthony, quarter, 5/16, 3/8.
Yeah, no, we're looking at about half-inch staples here.
Oh, nice.
These are about
good kid.
Half-inch, about right into the forehead. Let me think about. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, your son's a dope.
And the whole thing went in.
Yeah, it went right.
Did you guys get
right
the staple that was removed? I want to see how it ended up in the.
Oh, he cut it in the bathroom.
They cut it.
Yeah.
But did it spread? Did you see the staple?
Yeah. How far did
Who
it
saw the
spread?
staple? I want to make sure this didn't go all the way in. You know what I mean? How much of it went in before it started splitting out to the sides?
You got more bone and skin than that, though, on the front of your.
No, you don't. Bone.
Yeah, bone.
But this goes right to the bone.
No.
Yeah, but you got a
as soon as it
little
hit
bit.
the bone,
You got a little bit of skin fat up there in your forehead, so you got. Maybe about a 1/16 of an inch taken up with that, and then the rest of it, that's a thick part of your skull up
You're
there.
right, but this is a thick piece of what?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
This is a long piece of metal. It's very thin. It's not going to kill you. But for this to not hit bone, you have to have a fat head. You have to be a
Oh, it
fat
hit
head.
bone.
Yeah.
It definitely hit his skull.
Well, we got
he's
Pat's
got a
dad on the
fat
phone.
head, all right.
Yeah, he's got a thick skull, right? Hey,
Fathead.
hey, Pat's dad, stay close because we're going to go back to this after we get the update on your son, all right?
I got to put the phone down. I got to unload a hose here.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry that your son decided to do that.
Is a sociopath.
We got to get the Superbad guys in.
Yes,
that's
we
what
do.
that's what I was getting at.
We got
'cause
Christopher and Michael are here.
and they only have like 15, 20 minutes.
Why?
Because
all over the place today.
Because we just wasted time with the Pat Duffy update.
Why?
They had like a half hour, 40 minutes. But
Okay.
They got interviews all day long. Here's Christopher and Michael from Superbad. What's up, guys?
Hi, guys.
Oh, by the way, there was a funny moment because a bunch of us went and saw Superbad. We loved the movie. And we got some paraphernalia. We got the shirts and we got the hats and stuff. And Pat Duffy had no idea that you guys were coming in today and decided to wear his McLovin T-shirt. And he wanted to meet you guys because he's a big fan. He loved the movie. And he's meeting you as he's bleeding from the forehead.
Yeah, that was really funny.
With a McLovin T-shirt on.
No one realized it was me until like a minute I was in there, and then all the five guys just cracked up.
Yeah.
And, like the staple thing just like went away. They just all laughed at me because I was watching him bleeding.
It's so funny that they have those shirts already before the movies even come out.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, we've gone to a bunch of screenings and people are wearing them.
Like 70-year-old women. It's cool.
Yeah.
To know that 70-year-old women want me.
They're into it, yeah.
Plenty of them.
Definitely.
Hey, we saw the movie last week, and man, the funniest movie of the year, easily.
Thanks, man. I'm glad you guys got to see it.
Funniest movie in years. I even said funnier than Knocked Up, and then, everyone's like, hey, man, the same people are involved with both movies, but still, I'm trying to give someone a reference point. I liked Knocked Up, but this movie was way funnier.
Oh, wow. Thanks a lot, man.
Way funnier.
Glad you guys liked it.
And then I had an Adam Sandler quote that they might be using that's way funnier than anything Adam Sandler has ever done.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah, so.
Adam Sandler said that?
No, I said that about
That would be good if Adam Sandler said it.
That would be a good Adam Sandler quote.
Yeah. They're playing it smart. They want to go good. His stuff sucks, but they have to be nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We know. We get it. But just let us say all the bad stuff. And
Right.
You just wink and nod and go, yeah, keep going.
We'll agree.
Because it's not TV. They wouldn't be able to see it.
That would be awesome if Adam Sandler had said that.
Yeah.
Way funnier than anything I've ever done,
It'd be
right?
a good quote for the DVD box.
Great endorsement. At least you didn't have to get reviews from things you never hear about. Like movies, sometimes Time Magazine says, great movie and stuff. And you can tell when a movie sucks when it's, sort of
some obscure publication.
Mad Magazine says.
Oh, there's a commercial for Superbad, and the quote is from some website I've never heard of.
A website,
but it's a raving quote. It's,
it's
very
pretty
nice.
bad.
Yeah.
The Utah Daily Rag says.
Your movie's really bad when they get a radio guy's quote from, blah,
from
blah.
radio?
Yeah, because no one cares what radio says.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, this movie was good from some guy, WLTW, in Louisiana.
iHeartFilms.blogspot.com.
Do you read any message board stuff about your performance or anything and get
I don't know if
pissed?
there are any yet.
I go to IMDb sometimes and research, and some guy I read, he doesn't like my voice. Under my topic thing, under my board, it says his voice pisses me off. I'm sorry, man. If you're listening to me, I'm sorry. I was just born this way.
If you're listening right now, that's the worst possible situation.
That is so true.
All you hear is Chris's voice.
Yeah, you can't see him or anything, so you're just hearing the voice.
He's probably
the
already
guy's
changed
right.
the channel.
Well,
you hate his voice.
I gotta tell you, when the movie first started, I didn't like your character that much. I was focusing
Thanks,
on.
man.
But I'll explain.
Oh,
I was focusing on the friendship you guys got, high school buds. It's one of these typical high school. I'm graduating type movies. What are we going to do before we separate forever, right? And then when you turn into McLovin and all that, man, did you completely turn me around?
Yeah, it's like stepping into a hot tub. You got to dip a toe first.
Right. I was almost like, less of this guy. I want to see the relationship between you and I forget his name.
Jonah.
Jonah. Right. But then, McLovin there
he's
comes
the hero
on strong, and you guys. I can't say enough about the movie. I don't want to give away too much.
I'm really glad you guys liked it.
We went to a screening, and it was a packed theater. They laughed from beginning to end.
Oh, good. I wish I could have gone to that.
Yeah.
and we said on the air, penis montage. That's all you need to say.
Oh, yeah.
Penis montage is going to have.
Without giving away too much.
Type of montage.
But it's going to have people talking for the rest of the summer. You know, when the movie finally hits.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
You guys got girlfriends?
I have a girlfriend.
I do not at the moment.
That's great. Don't get one. Don't be stupid. Don't do it now.
Right.
Believe me. Wait till it's on DVD for a little while, and then you can settle down and pick one off.
Right. Go over the DVD sales with her and see how well it's doing.
Exactly.
You don't need to be weighed down with that at the premiere when you want to bring some 9.5 and your chick's there bothering you.
Yeah, totally.
Why do you have to look at her on? Oh, shut up.
Hey, you guys want to explain the movie for everybody, just so?
Yeah.
Because we're being very vague here, but we got to at least get the plot out there.
I guess I would say it's about two friends who are kind of going through separation anxiety. They got into different colleges, and that's kind of the underlying thing. And it's kind of disguised as a movie about obtaining alcohol and
trying to
getting with girls. Yeah.
You can say laid. We're on X now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, laid.
Laid. Much of a potty mouth, either one? No?
Laid from girls.
Yeah. How old are you guys?
18.
19.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're the youngins of the film.
Big 18. I mean, really, real life? 18?
Yeah.
19?
Yeah.
Like that?
Real life.
Okay.
We're not in character.
It's always funny. No, it's always kind of funny. It's like, how old is the character you're playing? Oh, 18.
Yeah,
How old are you?
Chris was
35.
Chris was in high school.
Yeah, I was in high school when I filmed it.
Really?
Yeah.
How does that come
Don't
about?
you just leave high school at that point and go,
I did
get out
leave
of
the
here.
film, but then I had to go back after.
Is it the first thing you auditioned for, too? I read that.
Yeah, it was my first audition.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
I know, I got pretty
You're pissing off a lot of people.
No, but you're either going to have an amazing career or you'll be doing heroin in 4 years.
Why not both? Man? Why not both?
Why not both?
What were you doing? What were you doing before? Just being a student?
Just being a student.
Did you do commercials or were you in school plays?
Yeah, I was in my drama class at high school.
Yeah, what'd you do there? What kind
Nothing. My drama teacher did not like me. She didn't cast me in anything.
Really?
Yeah.
What a dope.
I know. We had a feud. It was awful.
Good. Well, now you go back there.
Oh, man, have you shown her? She'll be doing plays for that high school for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
And you're already off to Hollywood.
No, she'll find a way to, like fuck up his deal. Oh, if this is what you want to do with your career and hold up the DVD, making vile movies like this, but this is an art, acting. Shut up.
Shut up.
I'm doing great.
Hold up her teaching certificate and go, we all know you wanted to be an actress, business. If this is what you want to do with your career, stand in a high school, talk to a bunch of people in an auditorium. Good for you, man.
If you want to do Shakespeare in the Park for the rest of your career, just have fun.
Yeah,
I'm off to Hollywood.
That's what you should wear to the premiere, like Shakespeare's for fags.
With my drama teacher's face on it.
So were you treated differently when you... Well, I guess you weren't treated differently when you went back to school because no one really knows about the film.
There was no previews or anything after the movie, so I just did my last semester of high school and graduated.
You know how many people right about now are going, holy shit, that's him.
I know.
That's too bad the timing didn't work out.
Yeah, it's true.
Just as you're leaving high school, it's coming out.
Yeah, it's great, right?
Yeah.
You'd have been the Mr. Popular guy.
I would have been prom king, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Was there one girl that you really dug, like senior year, who just wanted no part of you?
A girl?
Yeah.
There were most women that did not want a part of me.
But I mean, was there one that you really liked that you would kind of focus on, and she was like dating somebody else, and you were like, fuck?
Yeah, actually, there was one girl
What's her name? An email address.
Her name was Nikki, and that was not a fun situation for me.
Oh, no. See, now.
Why? You asked her out, she said no?
No, she had a boyfriend, and...
What is he doing now?
I don't know.
Nothing. Let me tell you. Not doing movies.
You just got drafted in the NFL.
He only has a small part in Superbad.
Oh, is he in it too?
No.
Oh, all right. That'd be the worst if you got your boyfriend to be a nice guy. They're banging in the trailer.
Oh, God. And, of course, Michael was the son in Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Which I loved. I love
thanks,
that
man.
show. Whatever happened.
Critically acclaimed.
Yeah,
by the way.
What happened to that show?
Nobody watched it.
Yeah, there's nobody watching it.
Yeah.
Critically
Big
acclaimed.
problem with it. There was its major downfall was it didn't have
Because
viewers.
people they're stupid, man. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's like a hard show to
Call
get
people
into.
stupid.
Well, no,
Just call people stupid.
Well, only certain people.
I would say they were stupid.
But
the show
it's
was
the kind
great.
of show where, like, if you just tuned into an episode and didn't know what was going on in the story, it's hard to follow. To
I
jump
did
in.
tune in like every week, and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
but it was hysterical.
Yeah, the characters were great.
Was
Thanks,
Jeffrey
man.
Tambor in the whole thing?
Sorry?
Jeffrey Tambor was in the whole thing?
Yeah. He was the Jason Bateman's father in it.
You still talk to him?
I haven't spoken to him in a while, no. But I recently got into Larry Sanders, which I had never seen before doing the show. Thank God.
yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to
That's
speak
hysterical,
around
man.
him. He's like incredible in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play like a really. It was very awkward and painful to watch you on that show. Sometimes. Like he's always so stressed out.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he is. He's like that in Superbad. So he brought a little bit of that character into the movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh God, I'm ready to turn my head.
Maybe that's why it didn't get any people watching it.
Yeah, it was all your fault.
Actually, Evan, who co-wrote Superbad, Evan Goldberg, who I kind of play in the movie, he told me right after I got the part, he came to me and he just said, I have to tell you, I watched Arrested Development one time, and I specifically didn't like it because of you. I stopped watching it.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, it was very honest of him and
very honest.
Because
really funny.
You look uncomfortable in your skin at
I don't know if that was it. I think he just was annoyed by me. He didn't like me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said I just really did not like you, and then I'm playing him in the movie.
Wow.
Did you point out how passive-aggressive he wasn't being?
He's a very honest guy. It's his most admirable quality, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, who was discovered by Dustin Hoffman?
Oh, Jonah.
Oh,
He's
Jonah
not
was.
here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but we could probably tell that
Thanks,
story
Jeff in
word
Jersey.
for word. At this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that the question you guys are asked?
Well, no. I mean, we've just been doing this press tour for like 2 weeks together, spending every minute
Yeah, but
together.
who gave you a bleeding guy with a McLovin T-shirt on?
Exactly.
You're going to remember
You guys
us.
are only the second people to.
You're quick, bro.
So how did Dustin Hoffman discover... Because I'll be gone tomorrow. How did Dustin Hoffman discover your friend to play?
Jonah knew his friends, I think, or his Jonah was friends with his kids, his two kids, and I guess they saw Jonah do like this comedy at a place and told their dad about him, and then he told David O. Russell about Jonah, and he got him in I Heart Huckabees. That was his first job.
Wow. Oh, really? Did
Yeah.
he talk about Lily Tomlin and the director fist
No,
fighting?
he gets asked that a lot. I can't imagine like how much Jason Schwartzman must get asked back.
Yeah.
Like he's in the clip.
Yeah, that's some clip, man.
Because Jonah gets it all the time, and he wasn't even in that scene.
Yeah.
Great clip, though. Oof. That is a scene and a half.
That's so uncomfortable to watch. You haven't seen it?
Michael.
No, what is it?
Oh,
What
man,
is
we got.
Oh, it's great.
The fight on set? Oh, my God.
Clueless.
We have to watch it, man.
We might have the clip if you got a couple minutes.
Wait, who's Lily
Or
Tomlin?
the short.
Lily Tomlin's in the
short
car with
version.
somebody. She's in the car with
Oh, there's two. There's one where they're in the office.
Yeah, in
and
the
then
office.
The car one is.
What
really
actor is she working with in the car?
Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, with Hoffman. Okay, yeah. She's sitting there in the
It's so hard to watch.
Yeah, he's
man.
just trying to all right, well.
No, he's trying to he's trying to calm her down, and then she turns on him.
She's very funny, but you don't scream at Dustin Hoffman, you dope.
She's got quite the potty mouth, too, I must
She
say.
does. I like that, her horse
That's
face.
the language. Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's awful. Please, she'd be swimming in a tank with a little tail.
Michael, how did you get discovered? Because I know I was reading a little bit about you. You're from a small town in Canada or something?
Yeah, Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
A suburb of Toronto.
Oh, suburb.
Small town in Canada, Toronto.
Well, if I come into town...
I hope you like our little village here, New York City.
It's a little hamlet called the Bronx.
Now, the article I was reading made it look like it was a little freaking town out of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, but it's a suburb of Toronto.
Yeah,
right?
Brampton. So
Right.
you probably haven't heard of that. It's
No.
a smaller version of Toronto.
Thanks for trying to help me out. I'm an idiot.
You a big Blue Jays fan?
No, I never got that into the Blue Jays.
Cool.
But how did you get discovered?
I did a lot of work in Toronto when I was younger, and then the first job I got in the States was a sitcom that got canceled after 8 episodes, and it was a Fox show. So I guess they knew me from that, and then the next year I auditioned for Arrested Development. That was my first big job.
What show was the canceled one?
It was called The Grubs. It was just a sitcom.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
It never aired. I think
I remember the
like
name.
A few commercials for
Yep.
it, and then
Yep.
they just threw it
They
away.
never aired, threw it really? away.
Yeah, it never saw the light of day.
You got paid though, right?
Yeah, I got paid. And Randy Quaid
That's all
was
that matters.
Randy Quaid was the dad in it.
Oh,
it was
wow.
funny, it was different. It was like in front of an audience. It was very different from Arrested Development, but
Yeah.
it was funny.
Yeah, Arrested Development was really cool the way it was filmed and
Like
stuff.
single camera, yeah. It was very different from that show.
Like you're walking around in there with everybody. Kind of cool.
Yeah, they did that. They confronted that a lot more in the pilot episode, and then they kind of got rid of it. Like the cameraman fell over at one point, and they really were blatant about the fact that someone was holding a camera.
Cut, print, perfect.
Yeah. No, it was in the script, in the original script, a cameraman is running and trips and falls, and I thought that was really cool. But I guess they didn't want to do that too much,
Yeah.
have too much of that.
Hey, we got Luke in Wisconsin. Luke, what's up?
Luke.
Hey, what's up, guys? Love you,
Hey.
the show.
Yeah.
I got a question for
these
Michael.
headphones.
We're, MySpace buddies. I'm
Real
sure you
pros here.
Yeah. Is it? I don't know if is it really me?
Yeah, I hope so. Well,
I don't know. I don't have a MySpace anymore. I used to have one. I deleted it.
Oh, and
Sorry.
you were, a
I'm
Chinese
sorry.
woman, too, so it might not be legit.
What's this guy's name?
Luke.
Luke.
Hi, Luke. This is Chris Hansen.
Oh my God.
So you were on MySpace. Were you looking for sex?
I was trolling for underage boys. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing making friends with young men?
It's funny. He's got the whole Harry Potter cast on his You're a creep, Luke.
I don't know if we should he's talking about MySpace.com for the viewers that don't. It's a website.
Oh, is it?
It's like a friend finder.
Gotta go there.
Why'd you delete your account, dude? That's the best way to meet people.
I don't know. It made me feel
chicks.
strange.
Wait, it made you feel strange? Let's
Yeah.
get into that. Why?
I don't know. It was very time consuming. I feel a lot better. It's very freeing.
And they were fake friends, right? We all know.
Yeah, there was no one I'd ever met.
Yeah.
It is really time. I don't know why you spend time doing it.
I'd much rather meet Luke via the telephone.
Yes.
On a radio show.
Or a
Then
rest
him
area
be
at
one
3
of
in the
your
morning
friends.
where
Much more
Luke hangs out.
And you do a web sitcom, though?
Yeah, I have that.
Clark and Michael.
Clark and Michael.
What is it called?
Clark and Michael.
Clark and Michael?
Clark and Michael.
But you get paid for that, right?
We got paid. Well, no, I actually lost money making it.
Oh, really?
Paying rent, yeah. That's
sad.
true. Yeah, it was more of a creative thing. Me and my friend had written this show, and it was just a chance to make it.
You pitched it and the networks didn't want it, or?
No, we wrote 13 scripts just by ourselves, just for fun, and we never planned on making it. The scripts were kind of the ultimate accomplishment. We thought,
Right.
and then our friend read them and liked them, and he knew someone that was working for CBS's digital media, their website, so they just offered to make them, and it was just a chance to make them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was. So now they're online, and
Forever and
that's
ever.
it. Yeah. Hopefully they'll live on there forever.
Yes. Well, they will. Unfortunately, some other stuff go. No skeletons in the closet, huh?
No.
No tapes that was stolen from a house or anything that end up on the internet?
No,
There's plenty of time for
I should
that.
have spent more time over there.
Plenty of time for that, and drugs and disasters and everything else. Don't you worry about it. You getting into the Hollywood scene, are you?
No, not really.
No.
We like to play Guitar Hero.
I'm getting into
Is that it? Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero is the shit.
Our own Danny is really good at it.
He's really good.
I will take.
Chris is good at it.
Really?
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Well, I don't think we're even.
Oh.
Guitar
Damn, we got to get Guitar Hero in the studio here because a lot of people are doing it. And Danny shreds, man.
We could have had
He's
McLovin
really good.
doing Guitar Hero. That would have been huge.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Everybody that's
Not
good at it.
to
is
brag
really
for
good.
me. Not to brag for Chris.
Do you play guitar for real?
No.
That's
No way.
hysterical. It's like,
No
I'm
way.
really good at
The better,
He's
the
offended
better
by the notion.
Guitar Hero players don't play
Yeah.
instruments. I find out.
True.
They're more of the video game nerds.
Yeah,
so.
sit there and don't
Yeah,
want to
one of my
practice
best
something too
friends
long.
who's rocks at guitar, hates Guitar Hero because
Yeah.
he thinks it gives
It's almost
guitar
more
a bad
like
name.
piano.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Those stupid colored buttons on the
Yeah.
What do you do with Guitar Hero? I never played it.
Oh God, the things are coming at you, and the music's playing. You got to hit the buttons.
You play your favorite
and the
like
drummer
rock
thing.
songs. It's awesome.
It's like Dance Dance Revolution with a guitar.
Yeah.
And you just use your fingers.
And you got to hit it
You
at
just-
the right time.
Not as
It doesn't.
athletic.
It's not as fun as it sounds. I mean, it's way more
No, it
fun
is-
than it
it is
sounds.
as fun as
not
it
as
way
fun
more.
as it
It's
sounds.
way more
It's
fun than
more-
it sounds.
it's more
It
fun
just
than
sounds
it
like you're
sounds.
pressing buttons, but really, it's like
When you watch someone else play, you're like, this sucks. But then you tried yourself. You're like, all right.
incredible.
Then next thing you know, it's 3-4 hours later, and you're
Yeah.
still playing.
Oh, yeah.
But the concept is so stupid.
I've gotten to the point where
Really
I close
is.
my eyes and I see the colors going down, which is really sad.
You use the force.
Yeah.
I know some people that have certain songs memorized, like on Expert, like they can play without looking.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's insane.
All right, that's
People
really
take it very
sad.
seriously.
Yeah, that's really sad.
No, of course not. My chick was, she just started like playing that. It's pretty funny because I was upstairs and all I heard was like some Nirvana song. I think it was "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Heart Shaped Box.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Or
know all the songs.
it was one, and all I hear was like pling, 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 all these missed
Oh
notes.
yeah, it's so embarrassing when you miss
I'm like,
a note.
you're not rocking.
Yeah.
You're not going to end up with "You Rock" at the end.
Jimmy, turn on your
When you
screen
hit
over
the
there.
last note is the worst.
This is Guitar Hero. Well, obviously those guys are playing.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we
There it
like watching YouTube videos
Yeah,
on the
Guitar Hero
radio.
3.
And you see the note that lights up, that's the one you got to hit.
Oh, you
Yeah.
hold guitars.
Yeah.
You haven't played this? It's the most fun game.
You gotta
out
try
there.
it. It's unbelievable.
I'm too busy on the internet.
Yeah, he's doing other things.
Well, Jimmy, why don't you explain to the young lads what you do on the internet? It's a little different.
Playing Prostitute Hero.
Exactly. Yeah. I play. Yeah. How do I follow that up with anything? Yeah, he's right.
I don't think Jimmy uses his computer for anything but writing fantastic books.
Yep.
And pornography.
Writing pornography?
No, he'd probably be very good at that. And some people would consider your book pornography.
Well, someone's got to write those scripts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stuff in
Why not be that
between.
guy?
Yeah, all the storylines
Little
between the
story.
sex part.
Well, the books are like I don't. The porno scripts are pretty awful. It's,
They walk into the bedroom.
exactly.
They have sex.
I've watched them shoot porn. There's no dialogue. It's just awful. And the director's going, "Come on, a little bit more, a little bit more." It's very unsexy.
Yeah.
But the you ever read like a good porno story? I mean, there's an art to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, by the way, you guys got a kind of a Kevin Bacon connection. The chick from Lucky Louie
Pam
is in
Adlon?
Superbad.
Who is who?
The little girl?
Jonas' love interest.
Emma
thank you.
Stone?
Emma?
Was in Lucky Louie.
She was
and,
in Lucky Louie?
and Jimmy was in Lucky Louie.
Wait, Emma Stone was.
Emma Stone's in Superbad.
I don't know her. Was she in an episode?
Are you sure she's in Lucky Louie?
Oh, she was the
Is that
teenager who probably played.
That
Yeah,
came
she-
to the house or whatever.
Oh, right.
Oh, she
Yeah,
played.
she was in an episode.
She
Wow, I
played
didn't know
Mike's
she was-
daughter. Okay, she was on one episode.
Yeah, yeah.
She was sexy too. She played like
She
a
is.
rebellious daughter who offered Louis a blowjob
That's
when she was staying in his
exactly.
house. Okay, yeah,
She
yeah.
likes to offer
She's
blowjobs
really
a
funny.
lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Is she
she's
really?
Yeah, no, she's a great girl.
How fucking great is that?
That's very nice.
yeah,
She
she's
was on one episode.
I
Oh,
love you.
okay.
she's in Superbad. She's got a pretty big part. So
Yeah, we have a Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon. I was on a show that failed, and you're doing a hit movie. All
And
right,
she was
good.
on Carson Daly last night.
Yeah, she was great on it.
You go to any of these Hollywood parties? See any of these Hollywood whores?
No.
You know, Paris.
No.
I saw
Lin-
Jenna
Lindsay?
Jameson at a party in
Jenna?
Comic-Con. She
Yeah.
looked way different and
But that was at
not
Comic-Con.
sexy anymore.
Comic-Con, yeah.
not sexy anymore.
Like Hollywood
No, but it was
party.
there. It was like a Hollywood party. It
She
was,
lost too much weight, right?
Yeah, she did a lot.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't look. He's right. She doesn't look sexy
No.
anymore.
Are you a fan of her movies?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I've seen one in my day.
Yeah.
She's good at what she does.
You've seen more than one if you recognize the weight loss. Just her eyes looked bad.
I didn't. You said the weight loss. I didn't say that. Or did I?
Hey,
You agreed to it.
You
That's
agreed
all right.
to it.
It's
I
almost like
agreed to
saying
it. All
it.
right.
yeah.
You got me.
Yeah, you noticed all her cheekbones all look the same.
Who's the biggest star that recognized you guys?
The biggest star?
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett came
Josh
up to this
Hartnett?
guy
He's a
and
pretty
was
big
like,
star.
"Oh, I love Arrested Development."
Yeah, that was really
I
funny.
was mind blown.
It was
He
a
didn't
very brief
recognize me.
exchange.
Yeah,
And you talked to Robert Downey Jr.
yeah. He didn't. I recognized him. and
Yeah.
and
It's
gave
just
him
that I loved you
kisses.
naked in what was he naked in? Less Than Zero.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That would
You don't want
be
to say
so
I love you
awkward.
No,
naked.
that's the beautiful thing. I love when you were naked and kind of bleeding from the nose. That was so cool.
Less Than Zero clothes.
That was a really good film, wasn't James Spader a great drug dealing
Sator's
scumbag
good.
in
Yeah,
that?
man, that guy's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you guys off to next?
Yeah,
Yahoo or
LA.
something?
We're going to LA tonight.
Oh,
Really?
Did you mean where are we going next, like today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you must be. They
We'd
must
like
be
to-
shuffling you around
think,
New York.
You're doing the
Yahoo
tour.
or
We'd like to
something.
know where you're going
I
next.
think MTV.
MTV.
Oh,
look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The 10.
No.
TRL?
No.
The big one.
The Big 10.
The big famous show.
The Big 10.
The popular one.
Whatever one. It's
Whichever one will get
MTV.
people to see Superbad.
Exactly.
There's one. The hot one.
Like the Today Show.
Is it a bitch to get around out there today? Because it's like
Oh,
yeah.
wet.
It's
Like I hear all the subways are just
been bad.
completely
Flooded.
soggy and
Yeah,
flooded.
it's
Although I don't think you're taking subways.
Yeah.
You probably got a car.
Yeah, we've been driving around.
Yeah, I
in a car.
bet.
All right.
Nice young Hollywood
It's really
stars.
terrifying driving in this
It
city.
really is.
Is it? You get used to
Swerving
it.
everywhere,
You
and you got
just
to brake and.
you get used to it. You shut your eyes like Guitar Hero, that guy.
constantly
Just
racing
use
yourself.
like the force.
Well, we loved Superbad.
Thanks, man. I'm
Thanks.
glad you guys liked it.
Yeah,
And
great,
it's in
man.
theaters, next Friday? August 17th?
August 17th. Yeah, a week from Friday.
A week from
A week from
2
this.
days.
A week from this Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Are you like gearing up for stardom? Because you're gonna like get because you can walk around now
He
and
already is.
no one's
I mean,
gonna like really.
Not really.
Well, I mean, we
But
go
they're
to the
gonna
screenings.
clamor. I mean, they're gonna like go crazy now.
Maybe.
Yeah, people.
We'll see.
He's beloved.
No, beloved,
Yeah.
he's beloved.
Yeah, they,
He is. At the screenings, like people go crazy.
by the end of the movie, they love McLovin,
Yeah,
man.
he's the hero. And I noticed
I'm
too
the hero.
at the screenings, like at the end of the movie, anytime someone says McLovin, people go crazy. Like people wait for it. You know,
That's
which is
crazy.
great. That's it's a good thing that
Yeah, it's
worked.
pretty intense.
Yeah, so you got like what are you doing? Like, are you spending this as your last like few days of anonymity? Or?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could say that.
Yeah, just
We're going to Europe for a month, so that'll be fun to see.
Yeah.
How that
Oh,
goes.
cool. Okay.
Should be
Here's
incredible.
what you do, dude. Hit on chicks and remember all the ones that say no.
Okay.
And then go back after the movie's out and just put your finger in her face and go, yeah.
Maybe I should hit on her again after the movie and see if she says yes, and then I'll be like, "You're a shady bitch" later.
Yeah. Because she won't remember you.
Nothing
It's all
for
very
you.
Exactly.
You're a shady bitch later. I like that.
None of this.
He's a potty mouth. I like.
Yeah.
Christopher's all right.
I'm all right.
Yeah. Come on.
Michael's all right, too. I like both of them. Stop.
Okay, it's okay.
It's all good.
So the
Clean
movie
cut
comes
wuss.
out
A week from Friday, August 17th, Superbad.
August 17th.
Go see it.
And yeah.
2007.
That would be fun.
Oh, good.
That would be funny if it was an 09 premiere. You guys would do a lot of
It
press.
came out in 2005, but
They come in for the interview next time with big beards.
yeah.
All right, guys. It's a pleasure,
Thanks
man.
a lot,
Yes,
guys.
thanks for
Talking
coming
to you
in,
guys.
man.
There you go.
Thanks for having
Absolutely.
us.
Best of luck.
Superbad, everyone.
Thanks.
It's Opie and Anthony.
It's time for another Opie and Anthony Show Scream Along.
Shut up, shut up.
Okay, terrific. The Opie and Anthony Show.
And bam.
That was just a weird 15 minutes right there. The guys from Superbad were on the show. The movie's going to be great for most people, I think. If you're a fan of like silly comedies.
Yeah.
But the interview ends, we go to break, and then they notice the pal talk, and it was kind of getting creepy there because I mean they're barely 18 or 19 years old. They look like they're 15 years old, and Flight Benefits is flashing for them, and who else?
Nice.
Who else? And then McLovin wanted to see a jacker because you're like sometimes there's a jacker in the pal talk room.
I had to tell him about the jackers.
So then we found a jacker and we kind of like turned him on to guys jacking. I
The
guess.
guy's jacking.
What the fuck happened?
And then the guy shoved a big champagne bottle up his ass.
Yeah.
And they were laughing their asses off, though.
It was hilarious.
It was really funny.
I guess that's one for Pal Talk because we were trying to get back on the air.
Yeah.
But we had to take a long break there, and unfortunately, there was some really funny things going on as you were showing them the whole Pal Talk thing.
Yeah, very very funny. they were I guess didn't get the whole concept of it at first. You know, it's new.
Right.
Something new to them, and I was
Also,
like, yeah, they could hear because I was saying, hey, Flight Benefits, we got special guests in the studio. Could you just show them a little something? And then she would smile and then pull the sheet away and looked lovely laying there in her bed. And the guys appreciated that, and they're like, oh my God, they could hear you. I was like, yeah. And you don't realize what a miracle this is. You know, we take it for granted. It's such a miracle that you can just sit here and talk to nude women.
Yeah.
and they talk back.
And you said sometimes
you don't have that pain in the ass having to be in the same room with them.
Sometimes you get a jacker, and then McLovin right away. Oh, I'm going to see that.
Yeah, where's the jacker?
Just out of curiosity. And then Michael's like, oh my God, he wants to see a guy jack. And then it became the thing to try to find one. Then we found one, and then Michael was horrified, and he's like, so what is the point of this whole thing? Like, he couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, wait, so your listeners are on cam listening to the show and jacking off?
He wanted a purpose.
And then what did you say? Well, the guy's just really enjoying today's show.
You can really tell he's enjoying the show.
And then a champagne bottle went up his ass, and then
that always happens.
That pretty much chased him out of the room at that point.
How many times I've been jacking it and just had a champagne bottle. Whoa, fuck, it's up my ass. What happened?
How did that get there? All right, we got the staple from Pat Duffy's little accident.
Yeah.
Whoa. What do you got there, Thin?
No, just one way of putting it.
Just a little accident.
And
an accident when you...
Quite impressive. It looks like a lot of the staple went into his skin and possibly part of his skull before it decided to do the split.
Yeah.
And can we get Steve on the line? I want to see how it's going at the emergency room.
Well, I'm here in the emergency room, and we've... I guarantee he's annoyed. I guarantee...
Yeah, of course he's... What?
We're trying to get him.
Of course he's going to be annoyed.
Text him first to see if he's still standing there.
Yeah, well, they're trying to show the staple on... Pal Talk. I don't know if it's going to do it justice, but
it made a complete 90-degree bend.
Get a whole one next to the one that we took from his head, so you got a little reference point there.
Of what kind of CSI?
What kind of damage this thing did?
Ballistics testing.
And Pat Duffy had a nice welt on his head, man. That thing ballooned up fast, and the blood pouring out of his cheek was terrific.
Yeah, he put one through his cheek. Dope.
Are we trying to get Steve? This is called filler.
Yes.
I hate Prince Harry's red cheeks.
They're rosy.
Fucking have that rosacea fixed.
It's not rosacea. It's being young, pale, and English.
They're just dumb red cheeks.
That's just because he's horny.
Oh, there's the staple.
The blood is flowing.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it bent in a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
That's half the staple, by the way. It's clipped in the middle.
Where's the full staple? You got one next to it? Yeah, do that, just so people know what went in his head.
Oh, exactly. You got to set it up.
There you go. That's what went in his head, and that's how it kind of was removed from his head.
Jesus.
That is twisted.
I'm looking at these fucking miners at footage of a mine. Why would you do that for a living?
Yeah, I was saying that before. I'm like, you would think mining would be an industry where you wouldn't need people to go underground anymore. Where are the robots? Robot miners.
Stop with the robots.
Love robots.
We already got robot baseball.
Robot baseball.
Robot
would be fantastic.
news.
But robot mining would be so safe. Because who would care if robots got trapped underground? There's a cave in, 20 robots are trapped. They're trying to get them. People would be like, who cares? You wouldn't see crying family for the robots.
Robot children would care.
There aren't such a thing as robot children.
If you have robots you're going to have robot children.
No.
If you're building a society, you're going to have robot pets.
No, you build them. They are adults.
What?
And that you build them as adults. They're built. They're robots. They're made for mining. And you send them down. They can wear the little hats and take a little robot lunch pail with some oil in it. In the thermos, and nuts and bolts to snack on. And then they walk around and they do everything that the people do, except when it caves in, no one gives a shit.
Well, we do, because there's some intelligence there.
You think maybe the owners and stuff would get a little...
Yeah.
Like attached to their robot. It's like, I just gave him a thermos full of oil, and he thanked me.
Let me ask you something. CES, when we saw that little robot kicking a soccer ball and going up and down stairs.
The Honda robot thing?
And running in a circle.
Yeah.
Did you feel for the little fella? You starting to think there might be a little intelligence involved?
I thought he was kind of adorable.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now you take that same robot we saw at CES, and he's crushed. Destroyed.
But if the Honda robot was walking, and he walked and ran very well, and ran off the stage and smashed into something, and his robot head went flying,
right,
I would laugh my balls off.
Oh, yeah, because then you know it's just a robot.
Yeah.
But what we saw is a robot do things perfectly, so you got to think there's a little intelligence there. So if that same robot had some kind of accident, like one of the cars rolled up on him or something, you would feel for the robot.
Don't care about robots. That's why we need robot mining.
What are you doing there?
That's the monkey.
It's the cutest thing I've ever seen is the monkey on the plane under the guy's hat. He brought a little monkey on.
Yeah.
And people start crawling on his ponytail. Little monkey.
This guy wanted to bring a monkey to Fort Lauderdale, Peru.
To Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale to New York.
New York, right.
And they caught him with the monkey under his hat.
How the fuck do you get that through security?
Exactly.
They check my ID 8 times. How do you sneak a monkey?
That's why there's no security in Peru.
Oh, Peru.
You know you could just jump on the plane in Peru.
And I would understand if it's a short flight, you might be able to get away with it. But Peru to New York?
Yeah, the monkeys.
Of course they're going to catch you.
But they didn't know. He made it to New York. They saw him in LaGuardia when he was waiting to connect.
So he made it through Fort Lauderdale? Well, you don't have to really go through security again.
No. To LaGuardia. He didn't get down. I think, I could be wrong, that he landed in LaGuardia and made it. He was waiting for a flight to Fort Lauderdale, I think. He should have just driven. You're going to sneak a monkey.
Let the monkey drive.
Oh, monkeys don't drive. You
could.
Now we're all going to have to take our hats off at the airport.
Yeah.
I know, monkey.
Terrorist monkey.
You're wrecking it for everybody there.
Yeah, they'll throw peanuts at your head, and if there's jostling around, they'll pull you aside. They'll put bananas now all over the airport.
Yeah.
And if your hat goes for it, they'll know you've been smuggling a monkey.
If your hat runs across the floor.
That's right. Monkey check. Monkey check. And they'll have to have a monkey American because a man checks a man, a woman checks a woman. So now a monkey will have to do monkey searches.
New signs. The monkey silhouette with a red circle and a slash through him.
That's right.
So that people that don't speak English know no monkeys allowed.
You're not allowed to bring monkeys or any more than this amount of liquid in your carry-on. Monkeys must be killed and put inside this way we can screen them. If you have a monkey, grab its tail and smash its little monkey skull on the counter. Then put it back in your luggage, and your monkey will be flown to your final destination. No live monkeys. Well, you at least have to flick its little head hard and knock it out.
Knock it unconscious.
That's right, because terrorists are using monkeys to smuggle drugs and other
and explosives.
Bombs.
We got Max in Dallas. Max, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I got
Hey there.
a question for Jimmy. And by the way, Jimmy, I love your book. I bought it.
Thank you very much, Max.
Happy endings.
Yeah, hopefully I'm going to have one. My chick finally agreed to do it with me and another chick, and I want to try Cialis for the first time, and I don't know how much to take, so I figured I'd ask an expert.
Get what I would say is get 20 pills. I would take all of them. I would take all of them. Drink coffee, and then when they walk in, just have a purple, fucking like a 7-inch fat, 11-inch long hard on, and fuck them both until their heads cave in.
Wouldn't it be smart to take some aspirin along with this? Just to really thin it out.
That thins your blood out, so you'll have like a long, weak dick. It'll have like the piece in the middle will be really hard, but it'll be all soft and fleshy on the outside. It'll be like a fucking a rotting cocktail, Frank. No, I would say if you're going to take a 20 milligram or whatever, or is that Levitra? One of them is in 20. Cialis is in 20. You could take a half of one at 10 milligrams, I think. I mean, again, I'm not a doctor. I don't need to say that like people were assuming I was.
Yes.
Marcus
I hear
Welby.
you.
Fucking DH. That's ridiculous.
Well, they do get confused because you do some Quincy, so they get a little confused,
Yeah, he died with a lump in his pants, Sam.
Wow.
It's Quincy.
Oh, my God.
Diagnosing a boner death.
It was a murder.
Murder.
I love closing my eyes. I can feel like I'm there.
So Quincy walks in and Sam's head is bobbing up and down on that fucking hard dick. I know what it is, Sam. I mean, Quince. I fucked up.
Quincy gets a big hard on, rubbing that flat ass on that chick on the boat.
That's right. He gets a nice Cialis rod. She grabs it and she goes, "Wow, hubba hubba." And he goes, "It's not for you, honey." Fucking flat, awful cardboard ass.
She thinks she thinks he's got a pube stuck in his throat. Oh, shut up.
His sickening houseboat that he uses to fucking download kiddie porn in international waters. Even though there was really no internet, but he still does it.
I'm with you.
The internet, Sam.
I can't say anything. The boy was some Peru, Sam. They're hairless until they're 25.
Hey, something Anthony mentioned on the other side of the show. We got the audio.
What?
And because he curses so much, we saved it here for XM. The angry Nintendo nerd.
Angry Nintendo nerd. Now he's angry video game nerd because he's kind of gotten into other things. But he started out doing just Nintendo games, but he got into Sega and stuff. And he's apparently a fan. WYSP, Opie and Anthony WoW sticker is on the side of his television that he hooks the gaming systems up to.
By the way, a little help for everybody trying to make their viral video. Everyone's trying to make the video that's going to get that big hit. Millions of views.
Yeah.
If you show that you're an Opie and Anthony fan, we'll kind of help you out a little bit.
Believe me,
if the video's good, if the video's good and it's obvious that you're a fan of our show, you can't lose.
Don't beg though.
Yeah, don't beg.
No begging.
Like this guy had a casual Opie and Anthony WYSP WoW sticker on the side of his old TV, right?
Yeah, and he found a great internet niche. He reviews ancient games from 1986, 87, 88, from the original Nintendo systems, and he's funny. He's definitely funny. Some of these games, when he reviews, like the Back to the Future game, is really funny. The Top Gun game, because he doesn't like any of them, and he just rattles off curses about how much these things suck.
Well, that's the first one we got. The nerd reviews Top Gun for the NES. I don't remember this game. Can you explain it really fast?
It was very two-dimensional. You were supposed to be like pretty much the first type of flight simulator game, but you flew over the clouds. It was just like nothing, just white. The bottom of the screen was white. The top of the screen was blue, and the enemies came flying at you, and you just went or shot a missile at them.
Yeah.
And then you had to land on a carrier, which he says is impossible, and he keeps crashing and cursing. Yeah.
Someone who works for Rick Springfield wants to invite us to the Rick Springfield Eddie Money Show at Westbury tonight.
Dr. Noah Drake from General Hospital.
I can't make it. I'll be on a plane. But I'd love to if I was going to be in town and had absolutely nothing else.
Hey, it's David from Plainview. He goes, "Hey guys, I work for Rick Springfield and love the bit you guys did about him. I travel and listen to you all the time. Rick and Eddie Money are playing in Westbury tonight. If you'd be at all interested, you're all welcome to be my guest."
Well, do they like us? That's the key, or the show?
I don't even think Rick Springfield knows we're alive.
He does, actually.
He does? Jimmy, does he really?
I met him. Bruce, remember Bruce from XM? Who, the crying Bruce?
Right.
Yeah.
Introduced me, actually.
Absolutely crying over here. Can we play that today?
That's great.
I love that.
I don't know. That makes fun of someone.
It's not nice.
And it's kind of sad now because he no longer works for XM.
Who cares?
All right, here we go.
Put
The
him
nerd
in mind.
reviews Top Gun.
Top Gun sort of marks the beginning of a genre. It was one of the first flight simulation games for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or at least one of the most commonly referred to. We obviously know that it ain't got shit compared with games today, and for that reason you might think it's not worth complaining about. But no, it sucks ass now, and it sucked ass back then. Check it out. Mission 1 is training for the next mission. Okay, sounds simple enough. So you get a choice of missiles. So would you rather have more or less? What kind of fucking choice is that? Pick more. I mean, the idea is that the fewer missiles is more powerful, but guess what? Whenever you shoot an enemy plane, all it takes is one shot to blow them up. Even your regular machine gun bullets take them down in one shot, so what's the point?
Yeah. They'd have like different types of missiles.
Right.
Real powerful ones, but you can only carry 20 of them.
Yeah.
And then they'd have like missiles that weren't that powerful, you could carry 40. But any missile, you hit a plane once and they blow up.
All right, so there's no,
So who cares?
There's no difference in the big missiles
So bad.
and the little missiles.
Such a horrible game.
Gameplay is boring. Landing on the carrier is impossible.
Yeah.
All right.
The first thing that really sucks about the gameplay is just the fact that it's boring. 90% of the time, you're just flying into a blank sky as little pieces of cotton come flying at you. And yes, I know they're supposed to be clouds. Also, notice the absence of music. I know the developers were trying to make something new, to make it realistic, but what we get is a game that makes you feel like you're in this blank, mindless void. Like, if purgatory exists, this is what it is. Top Gun for the NES. I'd rather fly a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Uh-oh, I'm really fucked now. I gotta land on an aircraft carrier. A feat that's impossible. Your radar monitor gives you instructions on how to land, but no matter what you do, you still crash. You know, it's like every time I get to this part, I think I might have a chance. This is gonna be it. Finally gonna land the plane. Speed down, left, left, speed up, right, right, speed up, speed down, left, left, speed up, speed down, up, 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 up. I'm hitting up.
Ass! Fuck!
It's all pissed off.
And then trying to refuel the plane is also impossible?
Yeah.
You know, halfway through this level, your fuel starts to run out. So this refueling plane comes, and then you have to control its nozzle. So just like landing the plane, this is impossible, and I've never once done it. You just have to be lucky. I mean, your accuracy has to be 100% perfect. And really, I don't have a fucking clue how it works. Down, down, speed up, down, down, left, 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 down, down, up, up. What the fuck? What was I supposed to do? Now look at the plane. It just goes away like, fuck him. I mean, they just leave you out here to die. At this point, it should just say game over. But instead, it allows you to play for a little longer, which is pointless. You're done for. The refueling plane doesn't come back. And within minutes, your fuel runs out and you finally lose. And that's as far as I ever got. What a shitload of fuck. This game chews turds. This game sucks your balls off and spits them up your ass.
We're getting an ER update.
Oh, that's funny.
What do we got, Travis?
Oh.
Not much of an update, but Steve's at the emergency room with Pat Duffy because of that staple incident that's...
They thought he was mauled by a bear when he came in and brought him with him.
Yes, I'm his doctor. I'm his primary physician. I did the initial surgery of removing the staple. I recommend a lot of honey and a cock the size of the Chrysler Building. I don't know why I sound like Woody Allen now. What did he say, Travis?
He just said he's trying to call, but there's not good signal at the hospital.
Yes.
Well, they keep getting moved around.
I turned my cell phone on, and 4 heart patients dropped on the floor.
But wait, has he been seen yet?
They're just moving him around, you know, because
it's not
a minor case.
Are you saying that that's not going to take priority in the ER?
E-Rock's got a communique here. He's saying the staff at CBS sat his girlfriend down. We've met her. She works for CBS, and we're approaching it like he was dying or dead. She freaked out, but he called her and said he was okay.
What's wrong with that?
What was that about?
They as soon as she came into work, they sat her down like, look, there's something we got to tell you, and really laid it on. Like he was,
God.
Who did that?
Yeah, go get her.
Everyone knows you go, look, Pat's okay, but I got to tell you something. That's how you do it no matter what. If it's a family member, your girlfriend, whatever.
Totally
your
okay.
Good friend. That's the first thing out of your mouth if you have to say something. It's like, look, so-and-so's okay, but...
Oh, I think you better sit down.
It's the worst way to approach that.
I think you better sit down. That's like, hey, guess what? I got some really fucking bad news, but I don't want to tell you right away. Or I have news that isn't so bad, but I'm fucking with you.
That means you're either fired or someone close to you is dead.
Right.
Give me another thing you could possibly
Sit down. What the fuck? I'll fall on the fucking floor. The bump on my head ain't gonna hurt that much if I find out somebody's dead.
And
jackasses.
Here's a great thing to do if you tell somebody about a car accident and go, look, there's been a car accident. Don't get crazy. Just don't panic. You know, it's cool. Your parents were in a car accident.
Are they okay?
What?
Well,
I was kidding.
Oh.
I didn't mean to.
Or look, don't worry. There was an accident. Your parents were involved, but I don't want you to worry because they're dead.
Hey! This is too real.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I realized what I was
saying. An anniversary's coming up, people.
I made a heart joke, and my dad dropped dead of a heart attack.
True. I make pedophile jokes.
We're heading toward the 3rd anniversary in a few days.
Oh.
That's all right. I just want to shock you with that.
Oh, hi.
Pat Duffy's girlfriend in the studio.
We want you to sit down. We just got news from the emergency room.
Put your feet in a less comfortable looking position.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Well,
Jeez.
All right.
What happened? Seriously.
I don't know. I came in this morning and everyone like sat me down. They're like, "Did you hear what happened?" And I'm like, no." They're like, "He's almost dead."
They didn't say that. They really did?
Yeah,
Who's
they?
they?
Said he was everyone in sales. They were like, he's pretty much like he was bleeding. He was pretty much unconscious, and I'm like,
unconscious. He's always unconscious.
So
that's just his natural state.
Were they fucking with you?
I don't think so. They were like serious when they told me.
Well, who said he was unconscious? Can we find who?
Yeah, who said unconscious?
First, you know what? You can tell.
I work with him.
Rat him out.
But no, we'll ask him.
Rat him out.
That's not insulting.
Who is
maybe there's something we don't know.
Who said it?
No, they made a big deal out of absolutely nothing. I spoke to him. He's fine.
Did you freak out though?
I freaked out when they told me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the staple. There's the life-threatening staple.
Should I have it?
Yeah, take it for a souvenir.
Maybe you can make a pendant or.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bent.
Yeah, it bent on his skull.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay?
That's half a staple, by the way.
He was fine.
It had to be snipped in the middle because when it bent at a 90-degree angle, it stuck in his head.
Here's
one.
His quote was.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what went in his head. His quote was, "I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to ruin anyone's day." He was. Yeah, he was really mad that they forced him to go to the hospital.
We did.
I think.
We just wanted to make sure he was okay. He's a sweet boy.
But he was.
He's fine. That's fine.
He was a little lightheaded, a little, he was bumping into a few
He was,
things.
Jesus Christ.
He's okay. He could care less. We just want to get him a tetanus shot and make sure that.
Yeah, we want to just make sure that he's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I came in late with everything, like with the storm yesterday. I didn't know what happened. I rushed in. They were like, "You need to sit down for a minute," and I'm like, "Okay." So I sat down. They're like, "Did you hear what happened with Pat?" And I'm like, "No."
He brushed his teeth with dog shit. No, not
Again?
that one.
No, but that happened.
By the way, you're a huge hit at the virus shows.
Oh yeah, when you kiss him.
When you kiss him after the brush
After
of
his
the
dog
teeth,
shit
Sometimes
brush.
you got to do what you got to do.
you get a massive reaction.
Good.
It's really
It's all
good.
for Pat.
Did you say the storm yesterday?
Yesterday into this morning, yeah.
Oh. See, that's how early we wake up. See, that storm for us was
today.
For most people, it was yesterday. See, because that was last night.
Oh, wow,
That was last night for most people. It was today for us.
That's why I caught it when
That
you
is
said
so
yesterday.
weird,
It's
right.
like, oh, goddamn, no. That was today. It was well into today for me.
We should make that.
You know, now that I live like in a really tall building, I look around at all the other buildings and try to figure out how many other people are stupid enough to be up when I'm up.
Yeah.
Wow. Not many, man. You see like one or two lights tops in all the buildings around.
Oh, boy.
What happened?
I don't know. Let's just hold on to our hats because NASA is getting ready to send a teacher into space.
Not just any teacher. She was the backup to the teacher.
Really?
Yes.
Krista McAuliffe.
She was the backup back in the day. And what happened was, after that whole thing happened, it's a really interesting little human interest story. She became an astronaut because they weren't sending any more civilians into space.
Right.
She just spent like the last 20 years becoming an
astronaut.
For this moment. This is a biggie.
Well, she's not going now, is she?
Is that it right there?
I don't think so.
No,
it would have said live.
Wait,
That might
she
be
wanted
the
to go
bad
into
one.
space as a civilian and became an astronaut just to do this? It took her 20 years, this slow bitch?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
20 years?
I don't know. Well, someone get the story. Maybe, whatever. She
sucks.
On the Endeavour, which replaced the Challenger. Its first flight in nearly 5 years for the Endeavour.
Oh, boy.
I hope that was in for an upgrade.
Well, what are the odds?
Why'd she become a fucking astronaut?
Why not? It sounds
So
like a
what, take
fun
one
job.
space trip?
Why is OJ on TV?
He had to give money back.
Did he?
Yes.
For what?
How much?
I don't know.
$1.50.
Are we done with Pat Duffy's girlfriend?
Oh,
Yes,
Pat
we're
Duffy's
sorry.
girlfriend.
She's sitting there awkwardly now, wondering
Yeah, with her
if we're
shoes
done.
aside.
She's a very weird way of sitting. She'll sit down straight, but her feet both go to the left.
Travis has another communique coming in from the hospital.
Update.
Yeah, this is from Steve. Angry Russian woman in waiting room won't shut up. Keeps complaining about her leg pain and asking me about my tattoos and how much they hurt. I want to beat her to death with a fucking crutch. Then I'm going to kill Duffy.
That's why we wanted to send Steve.
Yes. We know how much Steve hates these people.
Yeah. How's Pat Duffy?
I don't know.
She's got to be fine.
I spoke to him. He said he was okay.
He's so.
Yeah,
They're
he has
gonna
a
spend the
bump
whole
on
day
his
in the
head.
emergency.
Well, I
And
apologize.
he did this for you guys. He
But I
really-
apologize that the people sat you down and made it more than it is. That's ridiculous.
That's all right.
All right.
You have a meeting?
Yeah, someone else.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
All righty.
You got
Take
a very
it easy.
You got a very sexy voice, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And you smell good, too.
Do they use you for anything around here? No. Yeah, they should.
We should.
Some production or
What do you mean
something.
they should? We should.
We should, sure.
Yes.
All right,
Get
so
her my
long.
number. Phone sex.
Pat Duffy's girlfriend.
He put a stapler in his head. I'll just thank him.
Good point, good
He's
point.
a good boy.
All right, the nerd reviews Back to the Future. What was this game about, Anthony?
Back to the Future?
Well, he says the nerd, the angry nerd or whatever, the game has almost nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It's just ridiculous. I think he explains it.
OJ's on TV because they put him in a new football game, and he has to give that money to the Goldmans.
Nice.
Freddie's right there, man.
But that guy, he fucked up. He killed the wrong snotty-looking kid.
God bless Fred Goldman. All right, here we go. Here's the Back to the Future review.
This game is horrible. This game is so bad, I really don't want to play it. But Darth Vader came from the planet Vulcan and said that he'll melt my brains if I don't, so I don't have a choice. The first thing I really admire is how well it followed the movie. And you gotta love that music. Sounds just like the movie, right?
No!
And that's it. It just loops over and over again. And you're not gonna believe it, but that's all you hear the entire game.
I don't believe it!
Yep, from the title screen all the way to the end, the same fucking music. I'd rather have a fucking buffalo take a diarrhea dump in my ear than subject them to this horrendous garbage.
Oh my God.
Diarrhea dump.
In my ear.
Guy gives an honest review.
Yeah, that's good. Very good review.
So you're walking through Hill Valley and every single thing you can imagine is out to kill you.
Holy shit!
Bullies, hula hoop girls, killer bees, and guys holding glass windows, just like in the movie. What happened here? Is this Hill Valley or is it hell?
No, it's Hill Valley, although I can't imagine hell being much worse.
I never knew a hula hoop girl could be so deadly. Why does she want to kill Marty anyway?
He's an asshole.
Not to mention, it doesn't even look like Marty. Look at that black helmet head. Also, when did he ever wear that sleeveless black shirt? Oh, look, I got a bowling ball. Remember that in the movie? Remember when Marty goes around throwing bowling balls at people? Whose idea was this? What were they thinking?
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
I remember when he throws bowling balls at people.
I'm going to have to watch a lot of these when I get home.
Yeah, it really brings you back, too, because I remember playing these games.
Yeah.
And you didn't think they sucked as much then when you were playing them.
They were all from a sky view.
Yeah, top-down view and just awful.
And you had no real concept of technology when you were a lot younger, so you just thought they would never get better than this, that this was it, and it was pretty damn cool.
Great.
You know what's the worst thing about this game? Is that it bears the name Back to the Future, a movie well worth putting more time and effort into making a decent game. And the movie came out in '85, the game '89. There's no excuse. No fucking excuse. Just suddenly orders are passed. Quick, make a shitty game, name it after a big movie, and then just spit it into all the stores for all the kids to buy for $50. Yeah, 50 fucking bucks. There's no internet to look up reviews back then. It was just, you buy a game and you hope for the best. And with Back to the Future, how could you go wrong? Oh yeah, you can fucking go wrong, alright. Like if I just shat into a bag and wrote Back to the Future on it, that would be the same as this awful piece of shit. It brings my piss to a boil. What a piece of shit.
He's definitely, definitely got a little niche there,
If I shat into a bag.
bag and wrote Back to the Future on it.
We got to get another one of these for tomorrow. Maybe get another game he's reviewing.
Yes, it's true. Back to the Future 2 and 3. 2 shitty games for the price of one. Let's check it out. Holy shit, look, the DeLorean. Now, I remember that from the movie. Not so much the piranhas, the snails, the weird face, the running frog, the bouncy thing, the thing in the sewer that comes out and kills Marty, the little dinosaurs, the cloud that drops pellets, and whatever the fucking goddamn hell that is. And look at those. What are they? Goombas and the spiky thing ripped right off of Super Mario Brothers? Fucking slackers. And every time you die, the DeLorean drops you off, and it seems like it always takes you in the opposite direction of what you're trying to go. Shit, soup.
It's a Mario Brothers ripoff. The whole thing.
Yeah, there were just a couple of games back then. They put different names on them.
Right.
Changed a few of the pixels to look like something else.
But it's pretty much Mario
Same
Brothers.
thing, yeah. You just jump.
Do they still make this game?
Oh, hell no.
Isn't television even sold anymore?
Oh, God, no.
You could probably find like some weird store somewhere. That's
Television. You'd have to go to a thrift store. I think thrift stores have you can find the gaming system sometimes and some of the games.
Yeah, there's
like 50 cents.
Somewhere in Manhattan, there's like a gaming store that sells just all old games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but there is one. But that's all they sell. They don't sell any of the new stuff. They'll sell the television and the Atari and all that shit. Mike,
it's ridiculous.
E-Rock hasn't television.
Do you really? Yeah. All right, hold on, Mike. Go ahead, real fast. An update on the OJ thing. Go ahead, Mike.
All right.
What's up, guys? Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. In the game, OJ's actually on a team called the Assassins.
Oh, in that football game, really?
Yeah.
And
Danny's saying no.
Oh boy!
All right.
OJ's in the game. You can make your own team and like name it and stuff. So they thought the developers thought it would be funny to put him on a team called the Assassins. He's not. It's like if you buy the game, he's not on a team called the Assassins. They made that, and that's how it was presented.
Yeah, they don't have like any of the NFL.
Wait, Danny, what's the name of the team he's on in the game?
He's not on a team. You could put him on a team.
Oh.
So they made a team called the Assassins.
Oh, okay.
Put him on it.
Oh, so you can put him on it. But then he can be on a team called, like, the Nice Guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or the I didn't cut my wife's throat.
All right, we're going to take a break. Come back, do line of the day, get another Pat Duffy update, and get the hell out of here.
That's right. Say some encouraging things to each other.
That might be almost impossible.
No, it won't.
But we could try after the break.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
Saturday Night Virus.
Coming this weekend to the Saturday Night Virus, it's Ron and Fez. Earl, why don't you tell the listeners what the show's going to be about?
I haven't made up my mind yet, but it's going to be high class.
You don't have any info about what you're going to do?
I didn't have time to get it ready.
Earl? You've got nothing.
No, I was trying to find a way to...
Well, there you have it. Ron and Fez are coming to the Saturday Night Virus this Saturday from 9 to midnight on XM 202.
All right, getting another update. Travis got another communique from Steve. Stuck in the emergency room with Pat Duffy.
Did you say it as Steve?
Mine's not as good as yours. You want to read it?
No.
Okay. You're setting me up to fail, aren't you?
No.
Duffy has a golf...
Oh, my God.
Wow, Travis. Duffy has a golf ball-sized welt on his head. The triage nurse asked him if he stapled his head on purpose. He said yes. She didn't flinch and called him sweetie. Then some rambling bum in the waiting room said, "We're going to be here for a while." I believe him. I'm taking pics with my other phone, trying to send, but no luck. Fucking hospital. For some reason, he can send text messages, no problem, but he can't call.
Yeah.
So
he can call. He just doesn't want to deal with us today. People are asking if we're going to go through the NEW machine today, Ant.
Yes.
We could do a little bit just before line of the day. Well, we played our staple gun challenge, or clips from that earlier, and that led to Pat Duffy taking a staple gun right to the head.
To his head.
Not realizing how long the staples were, causing a major problem.
Yep.
Can we get the noise of the flesh kind of ripping as we try to pull the staple out of his head? That's just terrific stuff right there. I hope we could get this video up somewhere.
This
should be all right to put that video up, right?
I would think so.
I hope so.
Yeah, okay.
There's no nudity.
So then, the next thing on the old NEW machine is Steve-O stuff. So this might be perfect to play right now.
Yeah.
Steve-O doing his stunts with that broad, D. Remember D?
D.
Just
she was
naked,
insane.
And in our honest opinion, very coked up.
Yeah.
There was something going on. We don't know for sure, obviously, blah, 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 but there was something that wasn't right about her.
It seems that only drugs could bring out in a person, but maybe that was just her personality.
And this is from a machine we recently found that we thought was lost. This is Steve-O breaking a bulb. And she just, in the background.
She was always hammered.
What do you do with the bulb? Right to the head, I guess?
Yeah.
That's easy. And then he went, this is amazing. So he takes the glass, and remember he cut his tongue with the glass?
Yeah, I know.
The only goal ever, like for all like freak shows, side circus people who are, they just eat a good potato chip sized piece of glass.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so you see I have it.
Right.
But they don't test to see how sharp it is.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to shed blood.
Not on your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
I would have done
I'm
it
going
on
to
the,
slash
I would have done it on the
my tongue right
forehead. Oh, holy Steve-O just took the shard of glass and just sliced his
completely
tongue.
insane.
Yeah.
Dude, you are insane. It is dripping blood.
The blood is dripping right on the console.
We're filming it. And taking,
How long
and
of
taking
a...
pictures.
He didn't just poke it.
We've established.
You didn't just poke it. How long of a gash did he put?
It's at least 2 inches.
2 inch long.
He made an X.
He made an X in his tongue. He's spitting blood.
Blood is just pouring out of his mouth.
And like, all right.
All right, man.
So it's sharp.
Yeah.
That was one of the
Poking
sickest
glass.
things we saw over the years.
Yep.
He just
imagine
slowly
slicing your own tongue.
sliced his tongue right down the middle. He is crazy, man.
All right, moving on. Well, here's Steve-O's D chick.
Could you catch my mule if I threw it?
Get a mule?
I mean,
I have a goat.
if I had boobs, I would literally be ready to play.
No, I really do have a goat.
Do you? Well, he really has a mule. So.
Dude, hold on, I forgot my beer. I'll be right back.
It's a famous line. Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
God, she was sexy.
That's just a mess. Look
Look at
at
how
her.
big her tits were.
Yeah, mule.
Oh my God!
I have a goat.
Could she catch my mule if I threw it?
Get a mule?
I mean,
I have a goat.
if I had boobs, I would literally be ready to play.
No, I really do have a goat.
Do you? Well, he really has a mule. So.
Dude, hold on, I forgot my beer. I'll be right back. Oh, she fuckable.
And Steve was just looking for a beer. What a mess. Jesus.
Get a mule?
All right, then Steve-O takes the glass, and yeah, it wasn't bad enough that he sliced his tongue. Now he has to just kind of eat it.
All right, bottom up, guys.
Him eating glass. Holy Jesus, I can't even watch this. That rocks.
Now, the key isn't having it still be crunchy when I swallow it off. Are you ready?
Yeah. The tequila, which probably
are we getting the
might
crunch
sting
factor?
your tongue a little bit.
All right, cheers, guys.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
glad to be here.
Washing it down with tequila.
More tequila.
On that tongue.
That's got the tequila's got to burn the cut.
It's really.
That's real.
God damn. I just want to listen to her in the background. That's real.
Yeah. She was always hammered when she came in. She would get more and more drunk, and she'd curse all the time. You know, remember how many times you have to dump out of what she was saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wish we knew what happened to her.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Hopefully she's hooking.
And Steve-O decides to just kind of make up a stunt on the spot, and somehow he wanted to just kind of jump over the entire console.
All right.
And we had so much equipment and CDs and just
I
everything.
forgot about that.
All right, he's up on the board.
He's up.
You are going to crack your skull. He's going to jump to the other side. Oh, God damn. You all right there, Steve? Yeah, he's there.
How's your head? I think you hit it on something.
Pete Johnson is going to kill you. Very good. Very good.
I like Rich with Hatred here says, Steve-O stinks. We get it. You hurt yourself.
Now, I'm looking at a topless picture of Dee with a staple gun. Now, this is very interesting here because when we were doing the staple gun thing with Pat Duffy, I'm trying to remember. Someone wrote in saying that we were ripping off Howard Stern.
By doing what?
Because Steve-O stapled his nutsack to his leg. I hate to tell everybody, but he did it first on our show, and we just so happen to have proof today.
All right, Steve's upside down. His is completely gone.
Are you kidding me?
All right, wait a minute. Steve is topless in front of Steve-O. Steve-O's upside down.
Ouch.
Is it attached?
It is.
It is attached.
No.
Oh my God.
Nutsack to the leg. There.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, Steve-O needs to shave.
We're looking at old pictures
Yeah.
from this very event.
Yeah.
Right now as we're listening to it, and Jesus, he pulled his sack right up to his thigh and just, or no, it was over his.
Wait, that one he goes right in.
He stapled it to his abdomen.
That one he went right in. He did a few different things, but that one went right in. All right, and then I don't even know what this clip is. We're kind of just playing old clips from our old machine we found recently.
Oh no!
Now,
you're kidding me, man.
Get your shot ready.
No,
wait, you're tired.
You're gonna snort the salt? No, stop. That's what I think he's gonna go.
Rather than a little wedge, I'm gonna go with the full half.
A half a lime you have there.
He's got the tequila, the salt, and the lime, but I think he's gonna do it a little differently than you and I. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the tequila stunt man.
Oh, he just snorted the salt. Oh, he's chugging the tequila.
A little chug of the tequila.
All right.
And now the lime. Get out of here! Oh, God, he's squeezing the eye.
The lime in the eye.
Juice. He squeezed so much lime juice into his eyeballs. Dude, get out of here, man.
Now, you find me a bartender that won't give me a beer for that.
He can't even open his eyes.
Plus.
Lime juice right in his eyes.
Imagine my pleasure when I go back over to that girl and say, hey, remember I said I was going to go tell that bartender he's going to give me a free shot of tequila and give me a beer for drinking it?
How amazing is that?
You know what it's like when you get a little, like, drop of lime juice in your eye?
Mm-hmm. Snorted the salt, did the tequila shot, and then just squeezed the lime into his eye.
Imagine a paper cut across your eyeball.
Shut up.
Well, how about across your dick hole? You know, I like to take hard paper and take the corner and take the corner and gently poke it against my eyeball.
Stop it.
Picture the corner like how you'd flutter and blink with it.
Ow. Oh, it hurt.
Yeah, it would.
Hi. You said you were going to come down for what's that? To the Opie and Anthony show. Hi.
Oh, Stinky, you're doing.
Hi, it's Garrett Stinky. Yeah, Stinky is a kind of a derivative of the Club Soda Kenny voice. Hi.
And then we got a teen queef. This will be the last clip for today.
Teen queef.
We'll play more from this machine we found.
A way to wrap it up.
Tomorrow. A teen queef.
Nice.
Lisa.
Yeah.
From VA. Whenever you're ready there.
All right, I hope I can do this for you guys.
Okay, shh. Put the phone close. Shh.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys hear that?
Did we hear it?
I think we smelled it.
Oh, wow.
Some of this stuff is going to, like, jumpstart some of these old bits, trust me. Oh, man. There you go.
I like hearing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teen queef.
Joey! What's the plug? We're allowed to plug on this side.
We're allowed to plug on this
side?
side?
This side's easy. There's no one.
Aqua.
There's no one in charge on this side. Aqua in
Rockville Center.
Rockville Center. So it really is an amazing restaurant.
Great.
Was it mostly Italian food or a little bit of
amazing?
No, more seafood. But yeah,
seafood?
Italian, yeah.
He's sick of doling out pasta at this point. He had to do something different.
You have oysters?
Yes, we do. Fried oysters.
Me and my broid brought like a lot of fucking seafood.
My broid.
Do you got crab cocktails?
Jimmy?
Of course.
I know you don't like going to Long Island.
I hate it. I like
Make a special trip to go to his restaurant. You will not be disappointed. Yes. I'm telling you.
And it's not crazy out on Long Island. You don't got to go like way out there.
Actually, you could take a train. The Rockville Center train
right across the street. Yeah.
Right across the street.
The LIE.
Long Island Railroad.
I meant LIR.
It'd be an easy train ride, have a nice dinner, and then come on back.
30 minutes.
30-minute train trip. So we get
and it's right there.
What time's the last train back, though? Will I get stuck there?
No.
Hell no.
You get stuck.
But if we go out for an 8 o'clock dinner, we're like, whatever, and all of a sudden it's fucking like, the trains don't come back.
You hitch. Hey, they run all night.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Hey, E-Rock, Otto and George doing the Mujan read.
Mujan.
Live read. We got that? It's being requested by Fest Friday every day now. because we're going down memory lane. Try to find that.
Oh, find it now.
I think we have it on one of those shortcut
Sam.
discs.
Yeah, they did a Moonshine Read live, Sam.
That's it. We have the Pat Duffy update before we leave the air. That's cool.
Oh, good.
What do we got? Just this? He got a tetanus shot and some Motrin. That's all we got today. So he's fine.
He did the right thing. We'll make sure he's all right.
All right, get that video up online, Sam.
Now make Pat pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Did we ask Sam what he had for dinner last night?
No.
Next time?
Yeah, next time we'll do that.
We got a restaurant owner in studio today, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have anything on the menu that Sam could eat?
No.
You have no kids menu?
I don't want Sam bleeding in my restaurant.
No, not Sam.
Oh, Pat.
That's Pat.
No.
Sam is the little
Sam
kid.
eats like an 8-year-old. He eats fish sticks.
You'd have to have a
chicken nuggets, chicken fingers.
Oh, yeah, we have a phone.
Yeah, we don't have any of that stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Sorry.
It's a class joint.
I want some of that fucking seed.
Are you looking for the Otto and George thing?
So good.
Fuck. You don't have it. What happened? What?
Why don't you just get up and slap open the face?
Could you find it for tomorrow? All right, here's a runner-up line of the day.
They drink Sunny D.
Oh, gosh. How great would it be in a Sunny D commercial if they opened it up and all races and sexual identities were represented and there was somebody inside with a flamethrower and instead of Sunny D, they got a face full of fire.
Wait, Sam ran in with something.
What?
You're taking Joey's microphone? Are you insane?
Wow.
Are you insane? Do you know what you just did?
Joe, are you going to take that from this
Joey,
kid?
what?
Hey, you got balls, Sam.
Are you crazy?
No disrespect.
None taken.
That was believable.
Crazy.
What did you eat last night, Sam?
I had a few chicken fingers and some buffalo wings and a piece of cheddar cheese.
That's great.
Yeah.
And a piece of cheddar cheese.
Buffalo wings, chicken fingers, and it's good.
And watch, Joey, never disappoints. And what did you have to drink last night with your meal?
Whole milk.
I'd hate to be your toilet. Your fucking shit's much just like they're like stew milkshakes. Little bits of. Are they solid?
Big tall glass.
I have a healthy stool.
No, you don't.
Healthy stool.
You can't have a maybe because he still has youth on his side.
Maybe.
Might be.
That thing should be just spilling out.
Well, we have to ask him, what did he have for dessert? Because he loves dessert. And I remember...
Like any 8-year-old.
You finished up the last of your ice cream.
Yeah.
So now I don't know what to think. What did you have for dessert?
I had Twizzlers pulling peels last night.
The fuck is that?
It's something children eat. He eats like he's 8.
I get the same feeling Jimmy gets. He just gets so disgusted by his happiness.
I've had Twizzlers. They're wonderful.
It's like something a guy with foreskin does.
It's a pull-and
peel.
It's like a Twizzler meets string cheese, kind of. It's like a big Twizzler, and you pull strings off.
That sounds good, actually.
What is the package?
Wow.
Look like? Is there a cute little character on it?
Pair of underwear.
It looks like a Twizzler package, pretty much.
So it looks like a big used tampon that you peel.
Yeah. I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Sounds great.
When you grow up, that's going to be edible panties.
Would you like to go to Joey's restaurant because they serve seafood?
I'm sure I could find something I would eat there.
Like what would you have there that he could eat there, Joey? He doesn't eat. You don't eat burgers, right?
No.
The bread in the beginning of the meal?
I've been. Joey has nothing for you, Sam. What do you have for breakfast today? Or lunch?
Yeah, there were some leftover chicken fingers. So I had those and Pepsi.
On the way in?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he has for breakfast.
Pepsi and chicken fingers.
But shouldn't you have the milk in the morning and maybe the Pepsi at night?
I don't like milk in the morning.
Why?
He's crazy.
I just don't. I can't.
Because you realize what it is? It's fucking out of the filthy tit of a stupid animal that doesn't even run when it's on fire.
Here we go again.
I'd like to fucking see a nice, fresh, fucking milk-filled cow udder and punch it until the cow falls over.
Can we?
Fucking Pollock animal.
Can we play our cow bit again? That's one of my favorite recent bits ever.
Did I do a cow bit? I don't even remember.
No, we went into this whole thing about animals, and like someone had to fucking suck on the cow tit to figure out what was inside that, which we thought was homoerotic and disturbing at the same time.
I got to tell you what I heard on the way home yesterday.
Yeah.
You guys
your phone
replayed talking about the bear. And what you would do to a bear, and how stupid bears are.
That was part of that whole fucking
Dude,
thing.
I was laughing so fucking hard when Jimmy gets to the point where he goes, if I had a bear, I'd take him to the taxidermist, have him stuffed, and then set him on fire and kick him over. I'm driving, crying, listening to this. He goes, even in death, he's just nothing. like you lived this whole life just to be set on fire and kicked over by me.
That all started with the cow.
I was screaming. What? I was laughing.
Huh?
Oh, so fucking funny.
And the cow thing was in there too?
Yeah.
Oh, what a coincidence. Cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Very funny.
Sam, what did you run in, by the way?
That's the transportation reporter, and somebody walks by yelling O&A Party Rock while she's showing the cabs.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Oh, because we have a traffic problem today because of the rain, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's tied up. It's loosened up.
Oh, better be.
We don't condone this activity.
No, sir.
Buses are packed. Some of the trains they can't get on once they arrive. They're completely packed. So again, there are, I would say, about 100, 200 people waiting for cabs out here.
Nice.
O&A Party Rock.
Very, very nice.
Wait, 200 people waiting for cabs?
200?
Yeah, we're
yelling.
Joey walked from Penn?
Why, Joe?
It was absolutely insane.
The subways are flooded?
No, all the subways are shut down, so the line is just like blocks long for cabs.
Is it long?
How is it now? Did they fix it? Did they fix it in like a couple hours? They fix things quick here in New York, don't they?
All right, here's the update. The doctor couldn't fathom why Duffy stapled his head.
Well, he's a
and then
doctor.
Steve,
intelligent.
I explained it was mandatory for his induction into Mensa later this afternoon.
Steve trying to make a funny joke. Let's
This is men in it.
Let's see what's up. There it is.
What are we up to? Another runner-up line of the
Terrible.
day?
I'm sorry.
Or are we up to the biggie?
No, runner-up.
Runner-up? Here we go.
How will I explain to my children why I'm locking the car doors when people are crossing the street? How will I explain it? So as we mourn the passing of the N-word.
Line of the day has become bit of the day.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Let's acknowledge that.
Well, sometimes you need a context.
That's all right. All right. Still funny. Here we go. Line of the day.
Here comes the line of the day, line of the day.
Permanent staple in the head, winner of the radio war. Right there, Pat Duffy.
Yes.
Pat Duffy.
Say no more, say no more.
Holy.
Are we allowing Steve with 2 loop earrings to do surgery? Doctor, to get it out.
I'm queer every day.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But Jim wasn't even trying to be funny. He was so outraged.
No. I was just like, let's not do anything. I know I panic a little bit. Ever since we got booted off NEW, I've fucking been cautious.
And it's all good. Steve, but when Steve was taking the pliers and trying to pull that fucker out, and no one understood.
And it wasn't coming
No one
out.
understood that the staple did a split inside. So that wasn't going to work.
It curled out.
And you just heard the beginning of the ripping of the flesh.
I was sure it was in his skull, but apparently it wasn't.
Well, Steve's a dope. He would lay Pat on his back and put one foot on his face and the other on his chest and pull.
I'll hold this. Now don't move. Up travel delays. And they're showing an airport.
Of course they are.
Oh, boy, Jimmy.
I don't think it'll be as bad getting out, though. But I will probably. Our flight's at 3:45.
Wicked weather. Oh,
boy.
Oh,
no, Jimmy. Dennis D. from Jersey, you're welcome. He writes, that's right, overtime, boys.
No overtime. Let's get out of here.
We gave him overtime. 2 minutes.
I got a safe flight, and I got to go to out of town. And so I'll see everybody Monday.
Yep.
Got business to take care of.
Yep.
All right, Jimmy.
Very busy
salvaging
day.
A relationship.
You want to share or wait till Monday?
Things are actually good. I mean, I literally blew off.
It's Opie and Anthony. Have a good day.
Our own Pat Duffy.
Pat Duffy. This is a toothbrush
And combine these two.
Oh my God! Wait, what are we looking at? It's
It's dog shit that's been out in the yard with a couple grass clippings in it, perhaps a dung beetle or two. And I will brush my teeth with dog shit.
Oh shit!
Brushing his teeth with dog shit. Oh, God damn. Oh.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.